Hello, hello, hello. This this is a somewhat unplanned live. I'm not even sure if anyone's here or not. But I've been gone for a while. 1 second. This camera is crooked. All right. All right. It's still crooked. Oh well. All right. So it's so crazy, like doing a live and you're still going through like real world stuff. But for those who are on YouTube and TikTok, there's only so long you can, I guess, not be on it. And so I haven't been doing a live for either Gadget, Trish, or I Love the Jackson since the Super Bowl Sunday. What's up, Janya? What's up? So I thought this would be a good time to like catch up, let you guys know what's going on, and maybe escape with me for like 30, half an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, an hour, whatever. We'll figure out how long this is going to be. Well, definitely I'm going to catch up and if you guys are open to it, maybe do an open mic and get some of you guys talking with me so we can catch up with everybody. So let me just get this quick presentation up and then so we're going to start with some real stuff because a lot of stuff has happened since I've done my live. But yeah, so we're dual airing on this is the I Love the Jackson thumbnail, and we're also doing a live for Gadget Trish, since we are talking about movies and things that I'm excited about, even though Rome is literally burning. So where have I been up to, or where have I been? I'm not sure what I can say or not say, so I'll do my best to just, hey, what's up? All right, so if I cry, please forgive me. There's a lot going on. Remember we did a live. It was I think on Toy's channel, and I said, if you guys see me at the end of the day, everything's okay. Y'all never saw me again. And even though, hey, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna definitely star this right here, Jay. Unfortunately, someone in my family has cancer. And for months, almost a year now, we have done everything we can to get the person where they needed to be. And we have our highs, we have our lows. Even though I lost a relative to cancer, they went to hospice. And for those who experience hospice, it's completely different. The person's sedated most of the time. They're not suffering. This relative has chose to fight for their life. And I'm so inspired by them. Some of our superheroes don't wear capes. Some of our heroes wear hospital gowns. And I could not find the physical energy to be in a hospital, 5 to 13 hours at a time, plus go to work and do a live. Like, I'm averaging to this day 4 hours of sleep. So, no, thank you guys. Thank you so much. So God, so here's the good thing. The person's still very much alive. And God can turn this around. And I'm constantly praying. I have like this list. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if you pray first thing in the morning, you pray at night, or you pray both times or throughout the day. But most of the time, I pray at night. And I'm lucky if I get 3 people off the list. But I always make sure this person with cancer is number 1. I don't even pray for me anymore. I'm just like, Lord, if there's anyone in this hospital that could help reverse this, send them to this person. And so I know some of you guys saw the video where I was crying. That was probably one of the worst days I've ever experienced with someone fighting for their life. And I didn't want to cry in front of them. So and then just a couple of days ago we had a great day, Um I've never seen someone fight to live like this. And so my heart goes out to anyone that is fighting cancer themselves, or someone that is witnessing this. Um, it's not easy. Some of my favorite YouTubers have lost their parents. Condolences to Peter McKinnon, who lost his dad, and Justine, who lost her mom, I think a year ago. But for those who lost parents, something like that doesn't go away anytime soon. Your life is completely altered. And, just like me, their parents were in their content. So you felt connected to these people because, you're seeing their parents and their, whatever. And it's so hard to come on YouTube and talk about anything. I don't even know what's going on. You guys are going to have to help me. This is why we're doing an open mic. You guys are going to have to tell me what the heck I missed since Super Bowl Sunday, because I think Super Bowl Sunday was the last normal day I had. I did have a nice Valentine's Day, because I think literally that was the last normal day. And since then, it's just constant prayers and just trying to figure out. It's just a lot. That's all I'm going to say, and I'll leave that there, because my goal is not to cry if possible. Sorry about your relative lost my father to cancer. It's vicious. There, my wish for cancer treatments is, if you give someone rounds of chemo or rounds of fill in the blank, there's other methods, including pills and stuff. I know a friend that took pills and it's just messing with them in ways that doesn't even make sense. Have a healing plan. Let's get the food up to par. You're charging what, $1,500 to $2,500 a day to be in the hospital. Let's get organic healing food. Let's get a strategy plan. Let's get food sensitivities. Let the person know what's the optimate foods for them. I have so many issues with the treatment of this. And so and the pain they're going through is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. The only time where the pain's not unbearable is when they're in hospice. But unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, if you're in hospice, it's because you're exiting out. So they got to do better by the people that are fighting cancer. They need to do better by the people that are surviving cancer. We need to educate people about everything: our food, our environment, our water, our stress levels, our everything. Cancer is so problematic. It's so many reasons why you develop cancer. A lot of it's not even your fault. But at the end of the day, so many of us are coming up with cancer. Some of us in the community have told us they're fighting with cancer. And so if y'all were here for a happy, happy Joy Boy live, this is not the one. And this is why I did this one, because I do want to come back to YouTube, but I don't want you guys to think that everything's okay when it's not. But at the same time, this is now part of my income. And I legitimately miss everybody. I miss you guys so much. I honestly do. Thank you, Serena, and thank you, Janya. Yeah, just keep the prayers up. This person has been in stage 4 cancer for 6 years, which is amazing. But it got really serious in the last 10 months. And yeah, I don't even know what to say from that. whatever you need to do to get through. Yeah. Well, the cry at the hospital helped a lot. Um, every time I think I figured out death and sickness and life in general, God has a way it goes. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Like, you haven't. Yeah. It's always great to talk to you. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, it's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Like, even when my mom passed away, I can't get into details, but it was just different. Um, I didn't see my mom suffer. Um, Actually, most of the people in my life that passed away, they pretty much died rather quickly, and so I've never experienced anything like this. There was one lady, her name was Susan. It was my, mom's friend's mom, my mom's neighbor's friend, and I remember she had cancer from smoking cigarettes, and she promised me that to never smoke. I hate to say it, I did smoke in high school, and I smoked until I was 30. So I smoked for about 15 years. But, I started developing problems in my lungs, and so I stopped smoking. But I never forgot it. I was super young when Susan died. But, that was maybe the other time that I witnessed suffering. But, this is way different. This is months and months and months and months of this. This is crazy. Oh, okay. Anti-cancer medicine. Um, it's interesting. They repurpose into. You know what's interesting about the person that we're with? Uh, they won't listen to anybody unless it's a doctor. So I did use some of my, I can't mention it because I'm not a specialist, but I used some of the things that I use for my life to help heal me, and it was working. It was helping them get their taste buds back. But the minute they started, it's, I don't want to get into it, but that's another thing. You have to respect people's boundaries. I lost my mom to, oh my gosh. And that one, I think that's what my grandma had. It kind of takes the people out really fast. Like, we even get a shot from my grandmother. We just had to put her in hospice. She chose to go though. She, um, you know, yeah. My father fought for 17 years when it was time. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, Bruce. For 17 years is to be commended. Um, I hope as you're seeing people fight that you are being inspired by the will to live and never give up, even if the outcome is grim. Um, yeah, man, it's crazy. Thank you, JJ. Aren't they hard? Aren't they hard? Um, my mom made me do my brother's. So my brother died a year before my mom. And my mom made me do his. And she goes, I want you to write it. I want you to speak on your brother's behalf. And I go, Mom, I don't want to do it. And she said, Trish, you have to learn to start doing things like this. And so a year and some change later, my mom died, and I had to do everything from start to finish. And here's the bad news. It's going to get harder for some of us. Some of us have siblings. We have other elders. We have other people in our life that we're going to have to say goodbye to. So God will start preparing you for the next stage of your life. Some of you guys will go through this stuff very young. I even think about like Prince Jackson, to be exact, how he lost Michael so young. And if you ever seen Prince now, he's like maybe 26, 27 now. He carries himself. He has an old soul. Yes, he has a child heart, but he has an old soul. And sometimes he has to fill in shoes that someone in his age normally doesn't have to do. And I think about how he, I believe it was Tito's. celebration of life, some of the people were talking about how gracious Prince was, because even though he's young, he's already had to deal with something very tough already at a young age. So, there is no timeline where you'll experience. I know Jay lost his mom young. And some of you guys, have lost your parents young. So you're going to have a different level of maturity as someone who has lost their parent maybe a little later on in life. But unfortunately, we're all going to have to go through it. And so my only advice I can give is keep, if you believe in God, keep God so close to you that you could hear him talk to you. Um, like having such a personal relationship with God has been my only saving grace. People will unintentionally let you down. And sometimes you even have people in your life that are making things harder for you and you don't even know why. And so instead of you being mad at people that are not showing up for you, um, we had a situation recently where someone else lost their mom, and um, nobody was really there for them. They have no siblings or nothing. And it was just a lot going on for them. And I felt so bad. Like it wasn't my friend, but it's someone that that's part of my ecosystem per se. And I was just, I was trying to get the person to go. I mean, listen, you need to go. And also if someone asks for your help, even if it takes you out your comfort zone, do your best to come out of your comfort zone if someone is asking you for help. It's rare I ask for help, but when I ask, it's because I really need help. Especially if I know you personally. So, you have to clean the homes. You have to activate the insurance. If they don't have insurance, you have to do GoFundMe's. It's so many factors to death, and so, yeah, it's crazy. Oh my gosh, this is an old camera, but I think it's the Canon M50, the original one. And then I put like this old lens on it. So most Canons can now go through the computer. So you just got to download the software, and then, but this camera's super old. I've had it for a gazillion years, but thank you. Everyone, please stand by thank you. The fact that you guys are here me ranting about really morbid stuff, and the thumbnails do not reflect this. Um, Thank you. That is as much support as I could say. Um, okay. Hey Dan, what's good? I'm finally out of hiding. I We're helping a relative of mine fight for their life as they battle through cancer. And I physically couldn't do it. And Danny knows I have done lives 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. We were getting home like 1, 2 in the morning, and I was like, there's no way I can do a live right now. Like, especially when you see someone going through the stuff that I'm seeing them go through. I was like, I did not care what was going on. Like, I really didn't care. I still haven't seen Scream 2. I left. Listen, the reviews on Scream 7 is so benoodlesly bad. And then you have the people that love the Scream franchise, and they're like, yo, you must see it. So if time allows, I need to see Scream 1 through 6 first. And if they don't pull it out the theaters, I'll see it. But right now, child, I'm so behind in my movies. No, thank you so much. Thank you. And I know I'm not alone. I think that's why I felt comfortable sharing, because like I don't want to talk about Michael Jackson or Super Mario or anything without acknowledging like there's an elephant of insanity right now. Like we're at war. I found out through TikTok. I was minding my business and I'm like, what? And how many lives are being affected by that? And I'm not even sure what we're at war for. Um, so that's insanely unfortunate. Um, And there was something else that happened. Oh, the EpiPen files, which I'm not going to touch. But the only thing that's great out of that is a lot of people realize that, which we've been told you guys, Michael Jackson's innocent. We've been said it. We were just like, there's so many subliminals I have told y'all. I was like, what? Like the I don't even want to get on that. It's just too much. Like I was like, but shout out to all the moonwalkers and even the normies. They were like, this Michael Jackson story of allegations was not adding up. Thank you. Finally, the world's seeing it. Finally. Like, what up, Kim? Yes. You said it on me. Thank you so much. These glasses are actually designed for the computer, so it's no so like the strain from the light is not so bad on my eyes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, but so this is when I knew we had a problem. It's one thing to use Michael Jackson as a scapegoat because he is the most famous person on the planet, like in terms of, outside of Jesus, right? But I'm not comparing Michael Jackson to Jesus by no means ever. Michael's a man like us. But, the whole point is Jesus is the most famous human. And I think Michael Jackson comes right under, which is mind blowing. When I knew we had a problem, is when Michael passed, the world realized, oh, we wronged Michael Jackson. Oh, we love him after all. Y'all should have said it when he was alive, but I digress. And then years later, a mockumentary came out saying, oh, he did it. What? Still no evidence. Thank God the moonwalkers minimum found 60 lies, and they were like, you're a liar, you're a liar, pants on fire, don't let the lightning hit you, right? But then, me personally, I was like, why would you come after a dead man? What are y'all hiding? What are you hiding? Again, without saying names, we figured out what was one of the main reasons for the distraction. Didn't work, but whatever. But it's, Snicky Winfrey's friend. That's what I'm going to say. I'll leave it there. So I said, don't y'all find that weird that we're going after a dead man, no evidence? What's really going on? And as I went down the rabbit hole, I'm not gonna lie, it disturbed the fire out of me. I had to come out of it. But then more stuff started coming out. We did the March with MJ campaign with Jennifer Jackson and Invincible Jacksons, and we were just like, this story makes absolutely no sense. And finally, the EpiPen files come out, and then everyone's starting to see what we've been said. But whatever. And then what really pissed me off, well, you know what? I'll leave that there because at the end of the day, normal people are seeing it. And that's all that matters. Oh, ouch. I find that interesting. I remember when Hillary was running against Trump in 2016, everyone kept saying the Clintons are not who you think they are. Now, I don't know the whole thing with the Clintons, or anything for that matter. I know very little, but someone kept saying you need to investigate them. And you know what? When I get some downtime, I am, because I've heard stuff for years, minimum 10 years now, and which is a shame because, we loved when the Clintons were running the country. But what have we learned? Class, what have we learned in the last 2 weeks I was gone from YouTube? Everything about our lives is fake. We probably really are in the Matrix. Someone just needs to give us the pill so we can see what's really going on. What's bad is good and what's good is bad. And a partridge on a pear tree. I don't even know what's real anymore. I don't know what's real. My mom told me a lot of stuff before she died. Stuff that wasn't really on the internet yet. I used to think my mom was crazy, but I'm not stupid. I know my mother was wise. And so my mom would say certain things about certain celebrities, about certain people, about certain brands, about certain fill in the blanks. I'm like, wow, mommy, you're putting 20 on 10. But you know what? I wish my mom was here just so I could tell her, mommy, you were right about everything. And then my second question was, how did you know? Right? So what's out to the public now, my mom told me a long time ago, she knew I wanted to be in the industry and she did everything in her power to keep me out. It worked. Because, even if I think my mom was crazy, I always knew to listen to her, even if I didn't agree with her. Like there was one party I wanted to go to. It was in City College in the mid 90s. And now at the time, I got out of high school. I was considered an adult. And if I'm not mistaken, my mom didn't live in the household at the time. I don't know where my mom was, but she wasn't here with us. But she was, she was in our lives. And she said, you can't go to the party. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're not even here. Like, you're not even in the house right now. And so I'm not stupid. I listened. And it turned out it was that party where all those kids died because there was a big, it was like a riot or something that went wrong. And the doors were closed. And I think that's when I realized, even if you don't agree with your mom, listen to your mom. And so the main reason why I never went in the industry is because my mom, she was just like, no, it's not what you think. It's demonic, and this is that, and this symbol's this, and that brand's this. I mean, my mother was just going in. And she didn't have, like, even though YouTube was kind of around, it wasn't like it is now. So I was like, how the hell she know this? But she knew. She knew. Yeah, everything is fake. The world is a stage, and yes, and those conspiracy people, I can't even say it. Y'all need to start listening to them. How many celebrities were deemed as crazy? Unfortunately, most are dead now. Go play their stuff over. DMX, who else they deem as crazy, and they're no longer here. Oh my gosh. I remember DMX used to say some really wild stuff. But again, I never thought he was lying, but a lot of people thought he was. That's one person no one brought up on the internet yet, but I want to bring him up because I'm like, yo, y'all need to start playing his tapes back. There's other people they're looking at as whistleblowers and stuff, and it's just like, bruh. A bit of good news. The judge just ruled in the state favor regarding. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Victory for the state, finally. My grandmother always told me that this world is I can't even say it. I'm looking at demonic, I can't get the word out. And do not be of the world or worldly things. How many of your parents and grandparents told us, and you were like, you putting too much, you sucking up my fun? Listen, y'all, please, they're not wrong. If everything's an illusion and if nothing is what it seems, then why would you risk your soul and stuff for that? Any of this? Like, if I can go back to my younger version, my life would be completely different. And it's not saying I can't change. Now, of course I can change, but I just think about all the time and money I wasted in life just chasing stupid things and stupid dreams and not realizing the real rich people are the poor people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all rich people have it bad, but most do, because it's connected to really bad stuff. Now, you're lucky if you never had to do nothing crazy for money, but I'm talking about like, you guys know what I'm saying without me saying it. I'm just saying, like, please stop looking up to people and not realizing, like, you may not know the full story how they got it. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like now that things are coming out, aren't y'all glad that you never made it in the industry? Aren't you glad that you're doing your little 9 to 5? And I work in customer service. I'm so grateful for that job, keeping it real with you. Yo, but remember they tried to say that DMX was nuts? I think they even put him away for a while. And I'm like, I don't think he's away. And the stuff DMX was claiming he saw, everyone thought he was crazy. That's crazy. I've been I've been up on all the demonic ins and outs of the industry. I haven't knew some people who are in the industry that confirm a lot of that stuff, right? What's up, Carol? Nice to see you too. I know for me, it was maybe I'm gonna say 2 years ago. I started realizing everything my mom told me was true, and to keep my eyes on God and stay in my lane, like, and be grateful for where I am in life. And she said, one day you'll understand everything I'm telling you. And then once I started like understanding my mom and even my grandmother was a real Christian warrior. That's the one thing I can say about my grandmother and mother. Well, morely my grandmother. That when my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer and she only had a few months to live, she didn't cry one time about it. You could tell she knew she was going to see Jesus again, and she just felt so comfortable with just dying. I'd never seen anything like it. Um, and all her grandkids, except for one, and all her kids got to see the strength of her walk with Jesus and her diagnosis. Like she never was sad about the situation. So I was just like, that's a flex, bro. Like it's almost like someone told her, well, you got a front row seat to heaven. I'm out. Like she was just so cool about it. I think that's a flex. Um, Peace of mind is everything. But think about like how many times have we felt like we were less than because we couldn't experience something or we couldn't have something or we couldn't go somewhere? Let me tell you something. If you have your health, that's the number one. Well, actually, your number one currency is your relationship with God. I'm going to talk about God to the point where y'all get sick of me, but I'm like, I wouldn't be where I am if God didn't spare me when I almost died. And I almost died a couple of years ago. Very recent though. And so I'm always going to give God praise. Thank you for sparing my life, right? Two, if you health, if you have the ability to wake up, some people will not be waking up tomorrow. They won't. They're not going to be on the wake up list. So you woke up, that's another blessing. If you have a roof over your head, even if you are sharing a floor in a house with someone else, if you got a roof over your head, whether it's in a shelter, whether it's in a house, like I'm telling you, my apartment is beyond nuts, but I have a place, right? It's my crazy place to live. If you have a job, that's another blessing. How many people got laid off this year? Come on now. And if you lost your job, you have things like AI and stuff to start helping you figure out how to generate money from your home. You have tools that we didn't have before, right? So we have better resources. So in other words, just start counting your blessings. And remember last year, I didn't go to any events at all last year because I had no money. But that was the most peace I had because I was like, I'm staying in my own lane. I live in New York. I'm going to make the best out of this situation. That's the end of it. And then this year, we might not be able to travel because of what's going on right now. You could have money, all the money you want. Most of us can't even leave this country now. That's crazy. Y'all can't come. Like if you're from outside the United States, y'all can't probably come here, and vice versa, unless they work out this war nonsense. Princess Diana, Princess Diana was saying stuff about the royal family before what was slowly been coming out about them, and the British media tried to make it seem like she was crazy. I had no idea about the royal family until now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'll leave that there. And I know this sounds a bit hate-ish, but a lot of those so-called celebrities be sacrificing the loved ones too. And here's the thing about celebrityhood. Is it worth your soul? That's all I'm asking. Is it worth it? Because the thing is, the minute you look wrong or you say the wrong opinion or they're tired of you or you get too old, they're on to the next. So is it worth it? Like, that's all I'm asking. Is it worth it? Um, And I mean, now I will say this in their defense, especially if you were a celebrity from, let's give a good, I'm going to say, if you were a celebrity before 2020, right? Then we're not going to be harsh on y'all because you probably didn't know, right? But then certain people started coming out with stuff, right? They're like, yo, don't do it, it's not worth it, whatever. And so if you're a celebrity from 2020 and lower, right? Then you didn't know. But now us, we know a lot of stuff now. If you're not doing the independent route, and even the independent route, you still gonna have certain energies around you. I don't know if I would do it. I don't know. I would take this. I would be a C level, D level celebrity if it protects your soul and energy. Just my personal opinion. It's just my opinion. Um, Getting accolades from or approval from others is fleeting, and it's not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I'm an everyday basic chick. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. Well, you're definitely not haterish, dog. Like, and that goes back to what I said earlier. Like, all of us need to, like, we're the standard of excellence for our lives. Like God, you have the Bible for guidance on what we should be striving for. And I'm telling you, it's not looking up to man. Like, some of the things that came out while I was in the hospital about celebrities and politicians and all this stuff was so disappointing to have heard. So disappointing. So disappointing. There's nothing that could prepare me for what was exposed. And think about all the pages that are missing. Like, what? It's disgusting. It's just like it definitely makes me feel like nothing's real. Like nothing. Um uh this world attempts to make us envious of things that we don't want or don't need. Yeah, and you know what's crazy though? Like, I've been in a couple emergencies. Like, there was a fire one time when I was not a kid but a teenager, and I remember, like, like they say, oh, when you when you get a fire, try to grab your emergency bag. I left with the ugliest outfit ever, and I just ran. I even left some of my family behind. I'm not gonna explain why. There was a reason, but I left because I just like, oh, y'all are not in the right state. I'm out. And so I didn't grab anything. My only value was my life. Now I did grab my boyfriend's brother though, but it was a hot mess of a day. And so that was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Like the lungs, the smoke filling the lungs. Like, I do understand how smoke kills you now. It is no joke. It gets into the lungs and it feels like it's suffocating you. And I was not thinking about any devices, video games, purses, nothing. I was like, I need to get out of the apartment. And so that's when I learned, like, there's nothing in this world worth my life. And I just left, and thank God no one died, but it was a crazy day. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's been stories about those sacrifices. It's nuts. Oh, thank you, Carol. What's up? Thank you, sweetie. A lot of, yeah. I don't, but like I said, in celebrities' defense, none of them knew. None of them knew the dangers. Like, Kim and I are very similar in ages, but think about the 90s and the people that we looked up to and the celebrities and just everything about the 90s and 80s just looked amazing. Like, we're 80 kids and 90 teenagers or whatever. And we're just like, I just thought everything about this world was so amazing. And I got in a lot of trouble, and I got into alcohol. I didn't get big on drugs because I don't like weed. I only just smoke it just because I thought it was a cool thing to do. But I just didn't bother to do harder drugs. I just kept it to marijuana. But, you know, when I started sobering up, I went back to church, and then I went back to school, and then YouTube came out when I graduated school. And then it's like now I'm in this crossroad of life where I'm still trying to figure out what's the next step. What's the next step, and that's where we are now. Like, it's crazy. Little I think it's Little Uzi. I don't know if I'm saying it. Uzi said on a film that he did something strange with Birdman for a contract. That's crazy, bro. People are outraged about Bad Bunny's halftime. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Meanwhile, what is Spanish? Like the top two languages spoken in the world? I think Mandarin is number one, and I think it might be Spanish, and then maybe English. But the point is, how dare y'all? But I think when people had the outrage for Bad Bunny, that said a lot about them. That's like, people be open that the United States is more than one culture. It's a bunch of cultures, a bunch of races. Get over yourself. Like, it's just weird, bro. Like, I don't get this part. And I'm not trying to get it. Oh, you're welcome. I have to go to jury duty. At least I don't have to go to. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you want to get picked or not, but good luck with that. Trisha, I know this sounds crazy, but I don't believe the earth is round anymore. It's so funny. Someone brought that up recently on YouTube. I forgot. Once you realize everything in the world is right? I still believe the world is round, but I have to piggyback on you. I don't know what's real anymore. I don't. I don't. Um like, people I used to look up to without even saying their names, because one person, oh God, I can't believe I used to look up to them. They're in the media for very bad things, and um yeah, man. I look up to my mom. That's about it. My dad, of course, Jesus. That's all I got for you. I think of all the fake outrage was on the distraction for more important things. Well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, right? And this is another reason why I came on this live, because I am going to talk about things that are, at the end of the day, distractions, but it's just to get away from it all, because it's overwhelming. Like, I legitimately have someone in my life, family, fighting for their life. On top of that, I had another family member that almost died as well, but they're fine now. And then another one who got in a car crash, all within this year. And so, to put it into perspective, I'm realizing your family's important. Making sure they're good. But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you will see me in a movie theater at least for 2 hours just to get away from everything. It's a bit much. And it's crazy. I remember when my brother passed away, we celebrated his birthday. It was me, my mom, sister, and auntie, and we saw a movie. And then the ironic part is the movie was about a funeral. I don't think my mom knew what the movie was about, but at least we saw the dark humor in the first birthday without my brother. And so I've just noticed my whole life that at least for 2 hours, you know, this is how I deal with stress, is movies. Um, and so I'm not saying, by talking about happy things, we're not acknowledging the war or the e-fouls or uh people fighting for their lives. It's just saying, at least for 2 hours, can I just get away from it once a week? I mean, at average, I can't even see one movie. That's how quick things have gotten. But at least that's my way of saying, I know Rome was burning, but this is how I just deal with stuff sometimes. Be it wrong or be it right. But notice the things I watch are usually happy. It could be cartoons, or it could be Marvel, or I love documentaries. I don't watch horror too much. It's not my thing. It makes me scared to death. But things I try to watch are inspirational, so it kind of helps, like, not be so sad. Um, But yeah, life is unstable. I lost two. Isn't that something? And cousins are like siblings. So it's like seeing a part of you die. Because, I love my cousins like I love my siblings. And it's so sad when you have to say goodbye to people like closer in your age. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry, man. Because I feel like cousins are just like siblings. They wanted to believe in the Big Bang Theory, but this just the same as evolution to deny spiritual selves and our connection to God. Yeah, and I don't ever the one thing I've learned is not to ever disagree with people's religions or religious rituals or beliefs. I think I know this might sound silly, but I think have you noticed most religions have common denominators? So I would focus on the common factors of what we believe as opposed to, well, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right, or whatever. God talks to us in his own way. And what I would say though, for those who are in church structures though, if you see people doing really questionable things, like either find a new church or stay away from those people. You're going to have wolves inside churches. As a matter of fact, some of your most craziest people might be in a church. Doesn't mean the church is failing. It just means those people are doing the devil's work in God's building. Look at the politicians. Doesn't mean all politicians are bad. It just means we have wolves in our White House. We have bad celebrities. Doesn't mean all celebrities are bad. It just means we have bad celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an all or nothing thing, but when you are being brought out of your character and your morals and your belief, that's a red flag to step away. So that's in any entity, whether it be in our fandom, whether it be in our churches, in our schools, in our politicians, like, just, you're going to see bad people everywhere. Just don't get involved with it, that's you're always going to get that, like, because a lot of people want to be like, oh, the church failed me, this, that, and the third, or um people are going to fail you. You're going to fail yourself. So, like, just don't be so quick to dismiss everything for being problematic. Just recognize where there's a problem and get away from the problem. Not be like, well, this happened to me, so now this doesn't work. No, just get away. You're going to have bad people everywhere in every entity of life. Like, I don't know. I saw Elvis movie today. It was good. 2 weeks ago, I Could Only Imagine. Oh, that's cool. I heard of these things. I know Elvis has a concert movie. I'm not sure if you're talking about Elvis, the movie that came out a couple of years ago, or the one that's in theaters now. But that's really good that you got to do that. Going to the movies went up over $15. I know, right? That's why I did the AMC membership. Now, granted, I'm not really there right now, but it's, if you see one movie, you got your movie's worth. So memberships can work if you go at least one time a week. My cousin was 81 and the other one was 68. Oh man. Oh man, that's ugh. I'm sorry, man. I can't lie to myself. He looks nothing like Michael in the face, and it's hard to get past. Not sure what that has to do. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but okay. Did you hear? Yes, I did. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, one of the things I'm learning to do, like, when I talk about God, is I just talk about how God has worked in my life. Um I can't explain it. When you start getting rid of the nonsense, you will hear God. Um, and like I said, it's just like how you hear me, you could hear God. Um, Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop longing for things of this world, and read your Bibles, pray, get close to God, like start there. And be around like-minded people. A lot of the people that I'm in the YouTube space with, they believe in God, they go to churches. Like I'm very selective who I hang out with, and yeah. And I'm not perfect. I'll tell you right now, I need a lot. God has to work with me. I'm a hot mess. But, so for 51 minutes, that's where I've been. But thank you guys for listening, and it's just important to know, even though like the content moving forward is going to be super silly, super distracting, and it has nothing to do with what's really going on in this world. I just want you to know it hasn't gone unnoticed. It's just I'm just choosing to, at least when you come to my channel, get away from it for a little while. And my heart goes out to anyone that has died recently in the war. For people that have not survived whatever they were fighting. For people who recently lost their cousins, like Carol or Bruce, who lost his dad, or Jay, who lost his mom. Like, doesn't mean that things are going to go away. It's just we have to start figuring out how to move forward, though. And if you see me cry, that's fine. That's fine too. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset. But just know that God has done this for your life for a reason, whether you don't understand. I mean, none of us understand it in the beginning, but it all comes together at the end, and that's important to understand. Oh, thanks. Well, in about 10-20 minutes, I will invite some of you guys to come up. I'm going to have a link come up if you guys want to talk about what you're excited about, or if you want to talk about something hard. My only thing is, please keep the language clean. Motown Mommy is watching. She's an angel in heaven now. And be mindful that some of the things you can say will get flagged. So that's why we say stuff like EpiPen instead of, or e-files. So we're going to open up the mic in a minute. Let me just go through a couple of announcements, and at least for another hour, we could chat about whatever's on your heart, good or bad. There's no rules. My late mom's brother and sister lived to be in their 90s. My cousins are dying earlier. Oh man, that's sometimes when you're lucky and your family does live a long time, it is a little disheartening to see that unfortunately the generations younger are not living as long. My mom noticed that my generation, I'm Gen X, is dying before her generation. My mom's a boomer. And I think it's environment and food and stress and, all these computers and all the things we're exposed to that is kind of like shortening our lives. So that's unfortunate. And hopefully, like in the near future, like especially with the technology they have, they could figure out how to fix what they may have broken. So, oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I was so nervous to come back. I wasn't even sure if I was going to come back. And then I was just like, it's time to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, for those that are dealing with stuff like sick relatives, it's very hard to do social media when you're not really as bubbly as you normally are. But, so again, unfortunately, on a bad note, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Dr. Toya Jackson. This is Siggy's wife. And Siggy's wife was having lost her battle to breast cancer. She's had it for 3 years, and she recently passed away about a month ago. I'm hoping to do some type of tribute for her. If you guys want to share your stories about how Toya has affected your life, she had a very strong social media presence, and she was trying to build an entrepreneur network with people in the community, whether it be the Jackson family community or just people in the Cali area. And she was so inspirational about her battle with cancer. And the way she was speaking life into existence, like she was going to be cancer and cancer wasn't going to have her. It was very, very sad to hear that she lost her battle. And my heart goes out to Siggy, which is Jackie's son. Uh, Siggy is now left raising 4 kids by himself. So when I get a moment, I'm going to put the information where you could still donate to her. Well, now it's the family's uh oh my gosh, I can't remember. But when Toya was alive, she had a fundraiser to help her with expenses and stuff. If you donated, they just updated us recently. And so this is another opportunity, even if you don't have much, right now there's 30 people in the live. If 30 people donated $5 or $10, that still helps. Siggy's gonna have to figure out how to raise these kids by himself. And so yes, it's a long road for him. Very, very long. Um, and I'm truly sorry. I only met with Toya once, but she was so warm. Her and Siggy was warm like how Prince is. You felt like you were family with them. And so we'll talk more about my experience with Toya and what she meant to the community, hopefully in the near future. Just give me time to still adjust to like my schedule being all over the place. But um, Dr. Toya Jackson, I didn't forget you. And I want to share your story through my eyes. And hopefully if you guys want to contribute in that way, hit me up on Instagram and let me know if you want to be part of the tribute, if or we might just have another open mic. We might just do an open mic so you guys can share your stories. Yeah, it is the worst. It really is. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I guess I applaud on Michael's music all day. Hey Georgie George. Condolences to Siggy. Yeah, this was a tough one. Toya is young too. I think she was like 43, 45, the oldest. That's young. She was in, she was in good health. She had a, relatively healthy. This is a good example how cancer doesn't discriminate. Even the person in my family who's fighting for their life, they're very slim. And so, sometimes people associate cancer with weight or lifestyle. And I'm like, no, it could be anything that triggers that. So, I'm still learning about this disease myself because, it's hitting home and you're looking at it differently. It's no joke. The first thing I ask is there is if I don't put it in the links, I'll try to remember though. I'll definitely put it in the next live will be about Toya. So, and I will have the information because they just gave us the link, I think yesterday or the day before. And I have seen people donating what they can. I know it's a tough economy, but like I said, even if it's something small, man, like 4 kids by yourself, no, they're gonna need help. Um, okay. All right. I'll definitely set that up so we can probably just do an open mic probably, okay? Um That's the same age my mom was when she passed away. That's crazy. I didn't know you lost your mom, Kim. No clue. Dang, man. I'm sorry, man. Like, I feel like the younger you lose your parent, the more traumatizing it is. And I know that from having lost my dad young. So I lost my dad shortly after high school, and I lost my mom in my mid 40s. And I'm telling you, man, my even though I was much closer to my mom, my dad's death hit me really bad because I was young. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But both parents leave me. It just hurts legitly, and I'm like, sometimes I get jealous for people who lose their parents when their parents are like super old and they're old. And I'm like, Kim didn't have that grace. I didn't have that grace. Jay didn't have that grace. Like we lost our parents young. Michael's kids didn't have that grace. I know Siggy lost his mom young. There's a couple of people, man. It sucks. Oh my gosh. So you lost your mom around when I lost my dad. That's crazy. And then when you see Kim, you would have never known she gone through this. She comes to an event, living life to the fullest. And I mean that's actually a great transition on how to move forward. So um for those who go through stuff quicker than most, like for example, like me and Kim and TJ and the Jag, Michael's kids. Um some of us have figured out the best way to move forward is move forward with force. Live your life to the fullest. You know, one of my biggest fears is that I'll lose my life young, like my mom and dad. My dad died 45 and my mom died at 62. And so my mom taught me when she was alive, though, she said, you live your life to the fullest because you don't know if you're going to have a long life or a short life. And so if anybody's like, why do I do what I do? Because I don't know what side of life I'm going to be on. So, like, don't wait till you retire. Some of us may not see retirement. And so, like I said, when I see Kim, Kim is dressed to the nine. She got her specialized stuff on. She's lighting up the room. She's looking good. You know what I'm saying? Anybody sees me, you may have never known I might have been crying the day before. Because it's not for you to feel sorry for me. It's just, don't ever feel sorry for me. God would never give me more than I couldn't handle. But it's just to show you like what life could look like if you don't want to be a victim of your circumstances. And some of us do have it harder than others. Prince is a great example. Look what he lost and all the drama he picked up because he's Michael Jackson's son. But if you ever see Prince, you always see him with a smile. Doesn't mean Prince doesn't have a bad day. Of course he has a bad day. But he chooses to live in good energy. And so this is a good time to like bring up the energy a little bit for our second hour. And let's get into some quick 411s. Um Absolutely. When life throw you lemons, make all the yes, make your glasses a lemonade. Like, like one of the biggest mistakes I made, and I mean, this is where I was. So my mother, brother, and boyfriend all died very close to the pandemic. So I went to a deep, deep depression. And if I could do everything over again, I think I would have prayed more. I would have gotten some outside help and I would have been the version of me now. I wasted a lot of time crying about things I couldn't change. Like if anybody has ever lost somebody, do you play the would have, could have game? And for those who lost somebody, you'll understand what I'm talking about in a second. For example, I wish I could have spent more time with my mom. Now, granted, I did spend a lot of time. Of course, you wish I did more. Oh, I wish I went to her house more. I wish. You're wasting so much time about something you can't change. So what I learned from my mom's death um, is when someone asks for your help, then show up. Which brings me to why I'm always with my sick relative now. I make juices for them. I clean their house. Right now, I'm in the hospital with them because I learned that if someone's asking, if they want to share their diagnosis and want you to share this intimate, intense moment with you, it's because they trust you. And so I've learned to be more present for my family. And so, unfortunately, I didn't have the luxury to do that with my mom because I didn't think my mom was leaving, to be honest. My mom wasn't even sick from what I know. But sometimes God takes people away and you don't even know why. And so now I'm learning if to spend more time with my family, to be more present. As much as I love my social media, sometimes I have to leave my social media. It's okay. Like no one's going to die if I do not come to social media. Um, so now if I did social media for a living, I'm sure that'd be different. But I actually have a 9 to 5, so I have the luxury to walk off. I'm going to retire 5 years in July, so many of my friends didn't make it. Ooh, maybe I have to celebrate your retirement. I'll be like, yo, we're coming to Cali. I lost my big brother 2 years ago in a bike accident. Oh no. He was also a diehard MJ fan. I wish he was with us right now to watch the movie together. It's funny you say that. So there were two people that I thought about for the Michael Jackson biopic that I wish that was with us. Number one is my mom, of course. Oh, hold on. My camera's acting up. My mom and Melanie. I was like, if there were no, actually, and also David. Remember David, for those who were in the fandom, David passed away during the pandemic. And I'm like, these are people that really would appreciate the biopic. But oh my God, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. He was 25. That's so young. I'm with you, Cal, man. Like, that's crazy. Oh, that's cool. Hi, Gadget and everyone. I'm new. Let's welcome Geeky PJ Gamer. That's a cute name. Um, I'm new to the channel and I love Michael Jackson as well as spreading joy and positivity. Absolutely. In 2020, my cousin lost her son to colon cancer. That's crazy. Carol, I feel like I need to like give you a hug and take you out to dinner when I see you. You going through a lot, sis. But you know what? Carol got a good energy too. When you see Carol, she'll be at the Haven House, her house thing, or something with Hill, Los Angeles, and she's always in good spirits. And I'm so glad. Like I've met most of you guys in person. Every time I see you guys got good energy. When you've been through hell like me, that's awesome. That y'all can push through that. That's what life's about, pushing through this stuff, man. Sometimes tragic things sometimes tragic things just make you want to be close to friends and family. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm telling you right now though, if people let you down when you're going through dark times, sometimes you do have to cut them off, but honestly give them grace. Sometimes people don't know what to do with you. Like, you would think with all the people I left, I would know what to do with friends when they lose their family members. Honestly, sometimes I get stuck. Sometimes I don't know what to do. It's tough. Some of my friends have gone through stuff recently, and because I'm so distracted by my own family, I can't be there for them. And I feel bad because I'm like, you can't be there for everybody. Like I barely sleep in real life. So it's just like, give people grace. Sometimes they don't know, they can't be there for you the way you want. And this is where God comes into place. Focus on the people that are there for you, and sometimes nobody will be there for you. There was a pandemic when my mom died. So nobody could literally be around me unless I moved to their houses. And I was like, I'm not moving to nobody's house. I'm just gonna cry here on the couch and be good. Um, when Michael passed away, I was in elementary, but because I was young, I didn't realize it until middle school. Wow. I hope to get together when you're here. Tiffany's coming also. That's awesome. Well, I don't know what my plans are. So that we have two obstacles, but I'm never going to claim money being one of them. Money, funds being low could be temporary. God can change your money overnight. I think the main issue is what will be this traveling protocol with everything going on. We'll talk about that stuff once more things are disclosed. I know for now it is hard to fly overseas. But yeah, I don't know. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, I don't mind going on a train. For those who are familiar with Rocky World, sometimes Rocky will go on trains. So we'll figure things out. It's just, you just need to take more time off of work to travel to far places like that. I don't know what's going to happen for 2026. I thought I was going to be doing all these things, and now I'm like, oh, we're at war. Awesome sauce. So I don't know. Yeah, we don't know yet. We have no idea. Imagine how many moonwalkers were waiting for years to do a proper MJ biopic, and sadly gone too soon, and they're not with us. I know, right? That's such a good point though. That is such a good point. There's a couple other people I thought about. Remember Maria? Maria was the girl who passed away in her car. She had too many jobs. She was part of the Jackson sisterhood that I'm part of. Tragic story, but she's one of the reasons why minimum wage went up in New York. because they were like, why is somebody working all these jobs just to make ends meet? And so even though her death didn't go in vain, Maria, someone else that would have loved to have joined us. Oh my gosh, Amy Sutherland. Oh my, so Amy Sutherland, for those who are not familiar with her, she used to dress up with Gaston, her son Josh, and there used to be a girl that used to hang out with the name Laniqua, and it was the cutest thing. I used to call them the Jackets. Amy's no longer with us. It's just a couple of people that you're right. Like, it's a shame that they won't be able to see this. And it's even crazier, all the madness surrounded by the biopic. I said, we can't even get a biopic to release in peace. Um, that's actually a shame. But Lord willing, things will work itself out by the time the biopic comes out. So, if you guys like Mario Day is on Tuesday. It's a real thing. Look it up. At GameStop on Union Square. You have to register RSVP. Again, I'll work on getting those links to you guys by the end of the week to join this dressing up like Mario Day. The most creative Mario will win a Switch 2. But listen, y'all, this sounds like something fun to do. It's free. And it's actually work friendly too. So let's say you get off of work around 5, just stop over to the GameStop at Union Square, check out all the Marios dressed up, and I think that's something fun you could do. If you can't make it though, you will get a $5 store credit if you dress up like Mario. That's for all GameStops. But for the one in Union Square, you'll also get honored the $5 if you're dressing like Mario. So they're trying to get the most Marios together for a picture. And so that's something super fun to do. And then in the world of Michael, y'all, let me blow this up. Let me blow this up. There are predictions that the pre-sales for the biopic will be March 26th. It doesn't mean it's going to be, that's just a rumor. It could come out earlier. But just be aware pre-sales are about to start. I haven't heard of any fan events yet. I know someone is going to do a fan event, but it was like $40 and it was through Regal, and then it was just like, I personally didn't sign up for it yet because I was like, how do I know I'm going to get a seat and where's my seat going to be? So I didn't do it yet. Just keep your ears to the street. When I hear something, I'll let y'all know. But right now, I don't know what's going on. And also for the biopic, someone mentioned this earlier. Part 2 has been confirmed. Now I ain't gonna lie. I think part 1's going to be super celebrational, right? Because it's the origins of Michael Jackson. But if they're doing part 2, get ready for your tissues, y'all. Because the biggest villain for Michael Jackson was by far the media. And I'm kind of curious how they're going to play this out. Because even though they can't talk about certain things for legal reasons, y'all could still talk about the bullying that this freaking media did to him. I think that really destroyed Michael as a person. That's really sucks. Chad, I love me some Mario. There's a Mario star behind me. There's also a store and the lamp. I have Mario all over the house. Like, we might do a Mario week on my vegan channel. I just got to think about the menu, like spaghetti, and I'll get back to you on the mushroom soup or whatever. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. I see that the runtime is 2 hours and 10 minutes. What do you think about it? It's shorter than I thought it would be, but yeah, I was hoping it was a little longer, but okay. I plan to see it a gazillion times. So for someone who wants to see this a gazillion times, actually the runtime's perfect. Because you got 2 hours and 10 minutes plus the trailers. Now, if you don't want to deal with the trailers, just come to the movie 20 minutes late on purpose and then sit down. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. No. No, the Michael stuff. So I think Oh, okay. So we're almost done, and then I'll give you guys an invite to jump on here with me real quick, like 45 minutes to an hour. Hey, lovely, what's good? So these are the spring movies that I'm excited to see. Granted, if Rome doesn't burn. So it so happened that all four movies I'm excited to see all have imminent, like Michael, whatever. So movie number one is the Hail Mary movie. That comes out March 20th. Pre-sales have already started. I already got my tickets. I have no idea Project Hail Mary, but John Campea keeps talking about it and everybody's so excited. I didn't read the book, so don't bother to ask me. I didn't read it yet. But they said the movie's really, really good for those who got to see it. So I'll be checking that out. I'll let you know if it's good or not. But yeah. Um, oh, I didn't know. Did it? Wait, did the Family Rules? I don't know. Oh, thank you. No problem. I want 3 hours and 10 minutes. I think it's a perfect one time for me. Because we got a part two, I'm okay with 2 hours. But if we never was going to get a part two, then I was expecting 3 hours. But since we have a part two, it'll work. Because listen, y'all, what we could do instead, we could see the movie a gazillion times. We want this to make records. We want the world celebrating Michael Jackson's biopic. So the shorter the movie is, the better for us. Because I was like, child, for someone who's seen several movies 7 times, less is more. So I don't know. The other movie that begins with an M that I'm excited for, and is now a Prince Jackson reference, and his um fiance, because they were just like Peaches and Mario. It's a Mario movie that comes on April 1st. As we mentioned, me and Jay have mentioned we love Mario. Um I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing for Mario Day. I'm still looking for coverage. But I have plans to hang out with a friend. We're doing Mario up. We're doing Mario as if it's a holiday. And it's funny, the girl that I'm going with is not even a Mario fan, but she loves that I'm so weird. So I'm like, I'll be hanging out with my girlfriend. Yeah, yeah. See, so because of Molly and Prince, Mario's officially actually, and TJ, because he had a Mario t-shirt, is a Jackson Family reference. Another M movie is Michael the Biopic that's coming out April 22nd, or no, April 24th. Super excited about this. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been like really big on like focusing on what I'm gonna wear because I'm still dealing with stuff. But my goal is to start getting ready for my Michael fits. Um, work out, do some juicing, just get all snatched for the movie. Um, Please do not take any EpiPens and stuff to lose weight for the biopic. If you're chubby, be chubby. But I'm just saying though, you can get snatched, but don't try to hurt yourself. There was somebody recently on the red carpet. They lost so much weight. I don't know what did it to them, but I was like, listen, y'all, do stay away from those pins. That's all I'm gonna say. It's learn to lose weight slowly and naturally. Leave it there. And the next M and last M is the Mandalorian Grogu. For Star Wars fans, it's a mixed bag. Some people are excited, some don't. I'm excited. Y'all know I love Grogu. If things get better, all I gotta say, make sure you just sub to Gadget Trish as well. There might be some cool things coming on the channel. So just pray that I could balance out life mixed with social media, because I do want to come back. I'm excited about everything. If I could, I do want to prepare for Michael's biopic as well. Just I don't want to commit to anything live, but just know that there might be some live coming out of nowhere, because it's just based on what's going on for me that week. And so that's it for announcements and things I'm excited about. I'm not sure if you guys are excited about any other movies, or all four of these movies. But like I said, I will be seeing all four. My only downfall is they're kind of too close for me. So more likely I'll just see Hail Mary maybe once or twice, maybe Mario once or twice, Michael Jackson minimum 7 times, and Grogu minimum 3 times. So I'm super excited. Project Hail Mary, Michael the Biopic, Super Mario, and The Mandalorian all in the same movies that I'm excited. That's awesome. Like I'm not sure like what I'm excited for the summer, but for the spring, oh my gosh, super excited. I'm also looking forward to Spider-Man. Yes, yes. Listen, Kiki, I already have my Doomsday outfit. I just gotta buy 2 more pieces and I'm done. I do need to drop at least 20 pounds though. One of my pieces. I need to take video of it. It is so tight. I was like, dang girl. But it's I already decided if I can't quote unquote lose the weight, there's a way to make it work. I'm using my suit. Oops. I am the most pessimistic person on earth. If they didn't release the movie on the massive scale internationally and only promote in the US, it would be hard to reach 1 billion. We dealt so listen, like now here's the elephant in the room because of what's going on in current events world, across the world now, a lot of things might get affected. A lot. Now I'm really hoping there's some really doomsday predictions for 2026. That's what I said. Make sure you're right with God and just hope that things don't get worse. It is so crazy right now. I'm excited for Avengers. Yes, I said I'm choosing to walk with hope, but pray to God these predictions are wrong. So unfortunately the biopic's going to have challenges because for example, remember there's supposed to be a Jackson fan event in Germany. You know how many people of us will not be able to go to that because of everything going on right now. So even if now I already said I wasn't going to travel because our passport has gotten weakened in this country, but then it was like I'm definitely not going to Germany now. No, I'll take that back. Now, if there's a miracle that can guarantee I'm coming back home, then of course I'll go. I don't care. So, guess what? It's open mic time. So let me get what I'm going to do if you want to come on live, you're going to copy that link and then you're just going to come up. Let me just get the link for that copy. So, if you guys are not up to coming up or if you're shy, what you can do is just turn off the camera and just be mindful. Please don't curse. My mom not hates, she's not a cursor. And yes, my mom is in heaven, but still, she's always watching. Yeah, I heard about Mexico, bro. Some of the stuff that I saw, I swear to you, I thought it was AI. I was like, there's no way this is true. And they were like, yes, sis. All day today, we were literally looking stuff up at work. We were like, this is true? What? This is true? Because honestly, like I said, I didn't know there was nothing going on until, until TikTok. I was like, what? Mm-mm-mm. That's I need to like watch more news because I still don't even know what's going on. I'm like, what? So if anybody wants to be a guest, speak about what you're excited about, real life stuff, I don't care. Just keep it clean, keep it classy. What's up, Tiff? Michael's early access IMAX and RPX is going on sale 311. Thank you. I did hear that rumor. So Tiffany gave us some bigger tips. So what early access IMAX means is that if you want prime seats, those movie passes and discounts we have, they're not going to apply. But it's Michael Jackson. We can spare $30 for him. But those tickets are probably going first. Then probably the public tickets will probably be like in 2 weeks from there. So get your coins ready. All right, we have 2 guests. This is Kim. She came on the channel before. Let me just get everyone showing. There we go. And new to me, Danny Dill.
Yay! Good to
Oh,
see you.
what's up? It's our first time meeting Dan. So Dan used to be with me, Kim. 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, just making sure I didn't remember I used to fall asleep all the time.
I was supposed to come on for your Fantastic Four. Then I was like, "Oh, I'm not an expert on Fantastic." It's like, well, Trish is not asking me to be an expert. Just
I'm
wants to talk
not
about the
asking
movie.
you to.
I thought I would come up because I got to keep my mind off of this hunger that I have because I have a procedure tomorrow and I can't eat anything.
Oh
Uh,
no.
Gosh.
so I'm looking at cough drops. I'm looking at vitamins, and I'm even looking at the cat's bowl. I know that sounds crazy.
No,
Starving.
it's not crazy. Like, I was fasting, I'm gonna say 2 months ago, and you're not supposed to eat after a certain time. Girl, I used to be like, I need to go to sleep. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. But
Yeah.
That's always tough when they tell you you can't eat. Then you're not thinking about it normally, but now that's all you're thinking about.
At everything. It seemed like you look on social media or on TV and they be having the most delectable looking commercials. like what? My God. But yeah.
hopefully your procedure goes well, and then you get to eat after, Lord willing.
Oh, it's gonna
There
be
you go.
a feast.
Okay.
I look forward to that. I told my sister we going straight to I don't know where we going, but we gonna go somewhere and eat. I'm so starving.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the biopic. Um, I can't wait. I'm glad that they finally announced that there's supposed to be a part two to it and that it's in production. I thought that they probably would have had number two knocked out though. You know how they throw stuff, together and you think it's one and they already have the second half in the can, so I don't know. But I cannot wait. And also, I was thinking about doing a portrait for Dr. Toya Jackson,
Okay.
give to Siggy. So I'm thinking, my mind is at work, like trying to figure.
Yeah. I mean, even though we're not gonna focus on Toya, did you have any interactions with her either online or in person?
I have on Instagram one day. I was surprised they brought me up, but they went live. It was one of those, and this was before we even knew that she had any sickness.
Mm.
And they both were live, and I was at work. I was in my work truck, and I hit the request to come on, and I'm thinking, how a lot of people, you go on their lives and you put a request to come up, but it never happens. And when I saw that little box pop up with the with my icon in it, I was like, oh snap. So I actually came on and they was asking me, oh yeah, and he was like, oh yeah, I remember you. I seen your work. I was like, oh
Oh,
really? And he was like, yeah, you doing great work for my family and this and that and the others. And he was like, DM me and we'll send you some cool stuff. And we were just talking and it was like really like brief, but it was enough to just to really get a feel and a sense of talking to him and getting to know him a little bit. And then when they had the Blue Sapphire celebration, I seen Siggy again and got a chance to hang out with him at the immersive event. And he happened to be in the group that me, my sisters, who aren't big fans. Well, they're fans, but they're not on the level as we
of
are.
us, yeah, right.
But they were even impressed, like, wow, how down to earth he was. But him, his children, um, Randy was there. So we got a chance to like really hang out with them. But unfortunately, Dr. Toya was there. And I figured something wasn't, probably something was, going on with her. But again, we didn't know of her sickness. Was her sickness out around that time, the sapphire?
It's possible because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, remember Siggy was in some of our footage, not mine, but some of my friends' footage, and then
Mhm.
it was just gone out of nowhere. So there's a possibility, like you said, there might have something that had caused them to had to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have to look at the pictures. I said she may have been there, but it probably was
Are
brief.
you sure? Because I swear I did not see her. Like, we were all in the line. It was me, my son, and we were like right next to. If
Yeah.
you didn't know who Siggy was, and that's how dressed down he was. He was him, his kids and stuff. They were wearing regular, they weren't flashy dressed or nothing. So they was blending in like with everybody else, and we were all in the line waiting to go into the immersive event. She was not there. And I
Mm-mm.
thought that was interesting because I'm like, where's Toya at? I ain't asked him, but he was holding his smallest, and then the other little kids was standing next to him, and we were all, just vibing and talking. But I did notice she wasn't there. And I'm thinking, well, maybe she's busy or something. I'm thinking, was it out that she's sick then, or did it come out later? Because like I said, I knew that was interesting. I'm thinking, because I thought I was gonna meet her, but I didn't see her there.
Yeah, I would have to look on the timeline because I know she was pretty open with her cancer, and
Then, or did it come out later?
pretty early on. I just don't know like if it was in real time, but I remember she had that. Yeah, I'm going to be cancer. So
Mm,
I was just like, we'll definitely talk more about it. But I was just like, bro, like, dang.
yeah.
She
So
was a real one. Her Sig, like I said, they have very similar energy to Prince, where they're very approachable and they really like seem to really love the fans and stuff. So you're just like, when you meet them, you're just so excited to meet them because you're just like, they just seem so down to earth, and they are. Like you said, like the way you describe Siggy, I'm like, yup, to the T. Like you feel like you've known them already. It's like, wait, what? Like he's like, where you from? Da,
I'll
da, da.
tell you,
So cool.
out of the I've met TJ, Siggy, and who else? TJ, Siggy, um, those three or two. Well, of course, with Dr. Toya, are like, you would think that you wouldn't know they've come from such elite stock, because they are approachable. you know but you wouldn't know it. And that's what I like about them, especially them particular three. It's like, you would think they would be, my parents are this and that. Kiss the ring. You know what I'm saying? But totally approachable, totally, just cool, and make you feel like like you belong in the same space. So,
I mean, you got to think about it. If anybody knows how fake that industry is, it's
mhm.
the freaking Jacksons. So it just makes sense to be approachable if they know like all everything you see is an illusion. They know.
Oh, for sure.
True.
So like that explains why they are so humble because they were just like nothing's like
I'll
what you
tell
got.
you what Siggy told. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, what I was saying was stuck out to me, when you said that. Like, when we were standing in line, I was standing with my sisters and people I was with, and Siggy said, "Look, man," he said, "I'm so thankful and grateful to you all." He said, "Because if it wasn't for you guys," he said, "we wouldn't be able to have the life of privilege that we have." So he said, "I'm gonna always be grateful and have time for the fans." I mean, my sisters, I remember catching, how you look over at somebody, and I'm just looking to see their reaction, and they was like, wow, they was like really impressed with him, you know, because he said, "Hey, if it wasn't for the fans," he said, "I won't be standing here." He said, "Of course, I'm always," he said, "have love and respect for for you all," and that right there just that goes to how well they were brought up. They was raised right. you know.
I think that's the main reason why I support this family the way that I do. Like, even though I'm very, very, very disappointed with all the things that have come out about a lot of things, um, I love how the Jackson family treats their fans. There's so many things that I wish I could get on tape, but sometimes I'm not allowed to have my camera on. But I just be like, nah, they're really cool people. No one's perfect. Everyone has their bad days, their good days. I annoyed Tito one time, but overall, you do this for 15 plus years and you're just like, yo, there's nobody like them. They're so humble. And
Uh,
even other celebrities are impressed by how humble they are. They don't let this stuff get to their head.
yeah, they need to take, the other celebrities need to take note, because trust me, I've met a few that were like, honey, please, nah, it ain't it. You
Mhm.
know, and like, you put your foot in your pants one at a time, just like just like I do and everybody else do,
You ain't lying.
Yep.
but they're old school. They come from a time where you actually put in the work, get it out the mud, and they know what it's like to come from meager means. That's the key important thing. A lot of these new celebrities today, half of them come from like people who are professionals in the industry. They're like the offsprings of somebody who was a producer or a director or a music, a music executive. And a lot of these people don't know what it's like to struggle. The Jacksons really came from where they was eating beans and rice on the table.
Yeah.
What it's like,
True.
to struggle. They come from that era where they had to work to get to where they, come from.
But
So,
compared
Yeah.
to other celebrities, though, they're still struggling, keeping it a buck with you.
hmm
Like, if you look at like certain celebrities, oh my gosh, they make a gazillion dollars for appearances.
oh,
That's
Lord.
up scrutiny with the family. They're not getting the type of money they deserve. I would say Janet still gets top tier money,
Yeah.
but
But she,
Jacksons, like the actual Jacksons, the one who started this, they
mhm.
don't get the money they deserve. That's just my opinion. I think they should be getting way more for their shows and their appearances.
I
But
mean, I heard
that's scrutiny with them.
Beyonce charged for her meet and greets. I'm like, who you have to be, a Rockefeller? I'm serious. You have to be either a Rothschild or a Rockefeller to people, because that's like a house note, a car payment, a couple of bills in one. And then,
Yep.
the crazy part is, when you meet these people, it's for a hot second.
That's true. That's true. I don't know if you've ever been at a Jackson event. So I've been to a couple of concerts. Sometimes the brothers will actually take pictures.
hmm
There'll be a gate, but they'll still take pictures because they know not all the fans can afford those meet and greets. So even though the Jacksons that have affordable meet and greets, not everyone still can afford that. So it's just like not only that they're humble, but they do give back. They know not everybody has the money.
hmm
So like imagine if they were getting like how you said Beyonce money as they deserve, then it would be different.
I
So
don't.
like, when the Jacksons or their kids are asking for support, I will support even if it's a little bit of dollars. Because
Yeah.
I just like they do give back to their fans. There's so many things I've seen now, just like, what?
You know,
What?
if Michael was even here to do concerts, I honestly don't think he would charge like that for his fans to meet him.
Hmm.
I really don't.
Well, remember for the one in what they call it, Virgin Record, it was just the cost of the album, correct? It
I
wasn't extra money on it.
wish I was to see him again. I'll show be like, do you remember back in 1998 when you came to Detroit? And I would have, man. That's a lot of missed opportunities, man. After the fact, after I met him, but it's like, man, I mean, I look at some of these other celebrities, and it's like, once you've been in the presence of it's like being going to the pinnacle of Mount Everest. It's like once you've been up there, it's like everything else is like meh. Just saying, it's just like okay, yeah.
So we got Carol. Carol, this is the first time you did a live with me.
Hi, it's so nice to see you. I really miss seeing you and everything. Many years ago, when Siggy was on this LA radio station, I don't know what you call it, and he was talking about his friend. He calls his name is Marcel Miller, but he calls him Pork Chop and everything. And he says, I don't know how true it is about Michael dying or whatever, you know. And I thought that was kind of interesting. And I mean, and then he was saying about Thriller. It was so funny. Um, he, Michael was talking to his mom, and his mom says, "Aren't you going to tell the kids? Aren't you going to tell the kids?" He goes, "No." And Catherine goes, "You're going to scare the kids."
Oh yeah, the Thriller thing.
Yeah, I mean, and then I met Siggy in 2022 at the Havenhurst and everything, and I was telling him about it, you know, and we were laughing and cutting up and everything, and I said about your grandma, you know, about the Thriller thing, and he said his grandma's still mad at Michael about that. And then a couple of years ago, I met Marcel Miller, you know, but I call him Pork Chop. You know, he's friends with Siggy and he's close with him and Ron. You know, I can't I can't pronounce his name. And so I met them and Marcel he calls me up and he keeps in touch with me and everything. He's been a really good friend.
Yes.
With he ran over to Siggy, you know, when Toya took her last breath and everything, and so you know it's just so weird. So much cancer going
I
around,
know.
and it's just so far I'm fine. I have thyroid problems, but nothing cancer. It's annoying.
Oh,
I mean, even though you've been affected because you lost relatives to cancer,
Yes.
I think this is going to hit us hard because we know people that are battling cancer, and it's like we just knew Toya was going to make it. We just knew it, and so when they said she passed away, I was like, no way.
Mm.
It hurt because Toya, like you know, like Kim said, like she was
Too young.
she let her on the live. You know, when you meet Siggy or his wife, like they're just so sweet,
Yeah.
so sweet, man.
You know, and those Jacksons are so down to earth and everything. Many years ago, 3T had a fundraiser at the Dee Dee Jackson Park. It doesn't say that when you go by on Havenhurst and the freeway. Um, you know, they were trying to get celebrities to come, and the celebrities wanted a lot of money, and I go, what? That's just kind of.
Wow.
And the Jacksons are so humble. They're so down to earth. They treat you like you're part of their family.
yeah.
And then you meet, and then we go to the Jackson events. It's almost like we're like a family too. It's like a family reunion just seeing you. And um it's just so special. Just this, you know, meet these I met so many nice people in this group. I mean, they like Tiffany, you know.
Yeah.
Who's thinking about going to? Because I really don't want to miss out on Vegas again. Well, I did go last year, but I the people are talking about Gary. But from what I'm hearing about Gary, you know, and how that ended up. My thing is, I want Gary to have their stuff together before I commit as far as spending money on, you know, getting their rooms, you know, vacation time. I don't want to, you know, use that resource and get there and then be disappointed because it's disorganized. You know, it's not put together the way it should be. At least, yeah, the estate when they something it's the same thing. It's redundant. It's pretty much if you've been to this one, you've been to the same ones before, but at least you know what you're signing up for. Everything is put together. Is what I'm saying? It's organized.
Well, it's the trick with Gary. So the way the sisterhood did Michael's birthday, we would go to different places.
Hmm.
We would never go no place twice. The advantage of Gary on Michael's birthday is that it is set up a little bit better if you want a more elevated experience. When we went, actually, the first time I met Prince, Paris, and BG was in Gary. They were much younger though.
Yeah.
What happened was in our situation, the fans got too excited. So thank God, big enough a girl to be able to like keep people from like mowing me over. But I felt like they kind of overreacted with the kids. And thank God, Paris and Prince, they were calm, but you could tell BG was scared. And
Hmm.
so I don't think Gary's the issue. It's just sometimes the fans get a little too excited. I didn't go last year, but I didn't hear any bad things either. There was a little bit drama, but not like, oh, I would never do it again. Like some people said they would go back.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean it as far as the organizers. Like instead of like somebody said they had to sit and eat their food on the curb and just
Yeah, that's how it really it's like a block party essentially.
right. But I'm like,
So
least when the parent remember when Miss Catherine was throwing it,
mhm.
they did have tables. They had they had a setup. It was organized better. And to me, until Gary get their money up and get a chance to say, okay, we're gonna put some, for the fans, we're gonna have this many seating, we're gonna have tables because of course vendors there. We're gonna, when it's organized much better and more professional, I would seriously consider going back. But to me, it just feels like something like it was an afterthought. Like, okay, let's just try to get this together and see how it go. I had, they don't Wayne County where I work. They only give you so much vacation time a year.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to blow it like that and then get there and be like, man, I should have went to Vegas. Because at least with Vegas, like I said, you get a show, you get this, you get that. It's professionally. And by Gary being, I mean, even though Gary probably don't have the budget of the estate, but still, they have a budget. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a certain type of money that's like allocated for events and things like that, or they could get people who can donate. Okay, we have this event, you know, planning business that may donate some tables or donate some chairs or some, if you throw in something like that and you got people coming from everywhere, you know try to put a little more effort into it, because like I said, even yeah, it might be a block party sort of shindig, but still I've been to block party events that were very much professionally done. And that's my whole point. That's my fear. Because I don't want to, go to something and then feel like, dang, did I just waste my money, my time, my action day, and I'm not, you know, it just was not done right.
Mm.
That's my only fear, you know.
Well, what about Baby puts see how creative other states are moving like Elvis and Prince. It makes me cry and piss me off about how lazy MJ's estate is. So maybe going back to what you said, it would be nice, even though they do MJ1, maybe extend some of that money to Gary as well, and maybe get how you said maybe more organized. Like from what I know, Gary is funded through I guess the city or whatever. But it would be nice that Gary does get an olive branch since they had the Hard Rock Cafe there, and maybe spend money in that direction. Um, you know, things like what you suggest, and even like what Baby Boy writes might, maybe the right person will see it. And because not everybody wants to go to Gary, not everybody wants to go to Vegas, but it would be nice if you chose to go to either one, that both are done in a very professional way, since the estate does have that type of money to help in that way. So who knows?
Yeah, and I'm like this with the estate. It would really benefit them if they do, because it's like, corner in the market. Yeah, you got something here for you, but we also got something over there for you too.
Yeah,
And then the city, in return, by it being a whole city, you know what I'm saying? They make, that creates jobs, that creates opportunity for small vendors, and so they benefit as well off of it.
I agree. Absolutely agree. Right now, I think my observation of the whole thing with Michael Jackson is I don't really think no one saw this coming to this level. Well, we're going into year 17, 18 when Michael passed away, and this man's legacy is literally growing by the year. So it's just like I can't even think of a celebrity that they're getting bigger dead. Like I've never witnessed it. Like when Aaliyah first died, I remember Aaliyah was a big deal, but around year 5-ish,
It Wayne,
it started dwindling a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only other person I can think of that when someone died, everybody was like, Michael, we're doing biopics. We're doing MJ1 still got, extra years up in there.
Look,
Oh,
if Ron Burkle was smart, business billionaire man that he should take Neverland and turn it into like a Graceland type of
they
deal.
can. No,
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
just they can't. It's there's a Carol. What's the name of the town that's right next to Neverland? It's not Ron. It's that town. They don't want it.
For Selving.
I'm not even sure. But I know whatever town surrounding it, they're the reason why that's not Graceland.
Because they ain't benefiting, that's why. See, it
No, I
all
think
boils
that
down
would benefit. I just don't know. For example, so we did go up to that house recently, about 2 years ago, whatever,
Mhm.
and there was still shade about the allegations.
Are
And
you serious?
I promise you,
For
so
real?
I said, huh, y'all think you think he did this? Huh. And so that's one, but again, what did we learn today, class, in the e-files? What? Like,
Mhm.
without getting into details. Come on, y'all being funny? Like, really?
Right.
That's crazy.
So
Santa Barbara was not good to him at all. I mean, our DA in LA was better to him here. And um I mean,
But
I
you
never
got
I never been to Neverland Ranch.
what?
No, I mean, is it past Santa Barbara? I don't know.
Where's Neverland? Like exactly is do you know?
it's Santa Ynez, I think it's called Santa Ynez. It's in I guess they say it's Santa Barbara County, but I think it's Santa Ynez where the ranch is, and it's prime vineyard country. So you're dealing with a
Dude,
whole different mindset of people. I think you're dealing with a lot of elitist people that's up there.
I will
Yeah.
say that when we were there, they were very kind.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you. I don't think they want to deal with the fandom. And
Mm.
and I get that because then you're going to have all this traffic, even though they would benefit us getting Airbnbs, supporting your wine, da 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 da. Maybe they don't want it. I think they want their little quiet time to stay quiet.
But
So
if now I'll say this, if Ron, like I said, if Ron Burkle was smart, he would capitalize on it. And that land, like Neverland, is the size of like come from apartment, and they probably about the same exact size. There's plenty of place where he could put like a parking for the fans to come up there, so it won't be like this huge, like, you know.
they
And
can put the parking. So when you go to Neverland and they open the gate, they can make the parking literally right there. That's how big this place
like,
is.
that's what I'm
It's
saying.
really got to do with the people of that town. Maybe they don't want to be bothered in that way, which is a shame. Because I was just like,
But we
Yeah,
can't
I
come.
I I think Ron Burkle will open it up to us, but can he convince the town to
Yeah.
do it?
But my thing is this. Now, if they, I bet you, not saying that that would ever happen, but if they decided to demolish Neverland and put a shopping center up there, they wouldn't have a problem with it. I think, like you said, they have a problem with who the person was and the fact that people are still paying homage and going to see him and making pilgrimages. That's what they have a problem with. And you can, like I said, that land is so vast that you can put massive parking there where they probably won't even see the traffic. That's how big that
The
land
little
is.
part that we saw, it was a bunch of land. And then they said it's miles to get to him. So they could easily line up those cars literally on the property itself. If you're
But
worried about too much traffic, I
exactly,
really think it's more about politics, who it is.
there
It's
you
so deep. So I'm
there.
like, I don't know if they have a problem because it's Michael Jackson, or do they have a problem because they just don't want they want the little town to stay quiet.
I
Even
don't think
though we go down there, it's not like a bunch of us. It might be, at max maybe 50 on Michael's birthday and what you call it, his birthday and his death anniversary. You'll see fans go down there.
but
But if it was open to us, child, everybody go nuts. We would
but
go nuts.
something. It ain't like we rowdy and loud. Come
No,
on.
not at all. Not
Not
at
So it's not like this situation where you get a lot of beep, beep, people honking the horn and blasting music and loud and just
No, we're always
girl,
sweet.
right?
Like I said, at least the town was kind to us. There was no drama.
Yeah,
I'm going to Orange County. I ain't gonna lie, I hated. That's how bad we were treated in Orange County. But at least
Wow.
I can say, oh, child, it was bad, bad. It was bad. I was like, ooh, like that, like the way they were looking at us, like they never saw a black person before. It was unreal.
For
And
real?
yeah, then the cops came around the hotel we were at, and thank God Dexter was us. And Dexter's the only white sister in our group, but Dexter is not black. Thank you, Jesus. So then, of course, when I say so,
you
stop.
said Dexter. Talking about the same Dexter I know.
The little Dexter, the one with the pretty eyes, she's got these sparkly eyes.
Oh,
She's
that girl. I'm thinking Dexter, the guy Dexter from.
no, the girl. So I was just like, oh my God, what if she wasn't with us? Like I think it'd be a whole different day. Then
Mm,
one person tried to
Oh,
fight with Honey over a parking spot. It was just like, oh, they are not used to black people at all. It was just so uncomfortable in Orange County. And I
yeah.
say that because it's like you thinking it's all cool because you've seen the real wives of Orange County. And I was like, ooh, they do not like brown people. Like,
that
but
is
yeah,
So
bananas.
imagine.
I didn't get that energy when we went to the Never Ranch. It was super sweet.
So imagine. Think about this.
Hmm.
When Michael was around. Imagine what he probably was dealing with being in a den of vipers like that. Because, even though how they say when you rich, they don't look at color, they look at green. Yeah, they look at green, but they also in the back of their mind, they know what and who he is. So imagine what he had, was probably dealing with. The
I know
what
Siggy
they
and
call,
Toya having trouble. I know some of the Jacksons had mentioned they had trouble when they first went to Cali for sure.
yeah, the
Oh yeah,
Michael.
Siggy talked
But I
about that.
Louise Avenue, which is close by, I didn't even know they had that problem, you know. I mean, but they mentioned it on the news, but they didn't talk about it too much, burning a tree in front of the house and everything. And, and, what's his name? Siggy was saying, and then they go, oh, then they knew who his father was. Oh, Mr. Jackson. Like,
Mm,
The attitude changed.
I'll be like,
mm.
it's like my race. It makes me ashamed of my race. How my race is with your race. I'm really sorry for the
girl,
ignorance of my race.
it ain't your fault.
It's not because I think it's how you're raised. Just like I was raised with a lot of white people, so I have a very good experience. But some of my black friends don't have the same stories I have. I think it's a shame when we don't just grow up with each other and we're just comfortable with each other. Like we're blessed as an MJ community that we're all of us chill with each other. But that's the only time I see the world like that is when I'm with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like at work, yeah, like, I'm one of those, I have a white nephew, and I just, I'd be like, this is my nephew. And then somebody goes, how can he be your nephew? He's Jewish. And I said, I have white people in my family, so he could be my nephew. And we just start cracking up, like my twin, is a white lady named Carol. And literally, when we see each other, we be like, what's up, twin? So it's like, but not everyone grows up like that. And that's a shame, because we know from this community that it is possible to get along with everybody. It's just,
Yeah.
I feel like when people are sheltered, whether they're sheltered black or sheltered white, you already have this negative, thought about someone else's race outside of yours. Like somebody mentioned in the comment, the whole thing about the Super Bowl being in Spanish. And I'm like, that's a shame. How many Spanish people are in this country and you guys have an attitude over that? That's a shame.
Half of this country was part of South America back in the beginning before it was colonized. So I'm like, if
It's
anything that hey, the
a
Super Bowl,
shame, man. Like out of all the things that we deal with as a human race, I feel like race is the dumbest argument to have. But yet it is the most prominent thing in what determines where you live, where you work, how you live. It's just so sad. Like it's just like we need to worry about what this world's going to be now that AI is here. We need to figure out, why so many people have cancer, fix it. It's clearly too many cases going on. It's like when I
Yeah.
was little, literally, it was just that one lady, Susan, right? Now it's literally everybody. It's
yeah.
like having a cold now. They need to work on bigger, but it's just the dumbest things we fight about, which are distractions. And I'm just like, that's the problem. We're not focused on how to build our economy, how to get people better, how to make things better for people. And unfortunately, we learned recently that's not the goal. I feel like we're a part of a game and no one told us.
Let me
Yeah.
tell
Ready Player One. I'm like, oh, my bad.
you, they already got the cure for cancer.
I heard. I wonder if that's true, but
Already
I
got
heard.
to see if you got that long money to be able to pay for it, just like how you got folks like I'll give you a good example. What's his name? Part of Kid and Play, the one that had the high top fade.
Oh,
He was
kid.
kid. He was talking about how he had to get his heart
I think she froze.
She froze.
You there?
and he
Are you are you there, Trish?
She froze.
yeah,
Who froze?
it froze.
Him,
Can
yeah.
you hear me?
I can hear you now.
So he was
Oh,
talking about podcast that I found out that my heart was working at such and such and I had to be I had to get a heart transplant. He said the person came in from I guess the Gifts of Life and basically put him on the list. He said within a week he got his heart. And me, I run straight to the comments. I mean, see what they said. It was like, oh, you see, that's what having money will do. Because you hear about people being on the list for like years before they even get a heart.
wow.
When did
So
Kid
my
get
my
the heart?
point comes back
When he was super rich, or when he's like now?
now. Now.
Oh,
So
he had a heart
basically,
surgery?
yeah, go look it up.
Oh,
He on a podcast talking about how he had to, basically I think he went for something else and then learned that his heart was bad or he has a heart like a bad heart issue. Basically
wow.
put him in transplant list. But it was crazy how quick he got his heart. And but when you like you go drop down into them comments, there's everybody was saying the same thing, like, man, must be good to have money because some people it's like I had a relative and it took him like how many X amount of years. It's the same thing. And I wanted to say that as to say cancer situation. Yeah, they got the cure for cancer. Unfortunately, if you ain't got the bread, you hear
You
about
And
people
can't
it's
get
getting
it.
cancer.
how many
And
celebrities died, including Toya, from cancer? I think cancer. There's different cancer. Oh, I'll give you even a great example. Steve Jobs. This is one of the richest people in tech. He died of cancer. He had a
yeah,
very complicated cancer. So what I'm observing is you're right. Some people can get the court. For example, if you're a Dr. Sabian,
Yeah.
believer like me, you go away to like South America or something, they put you with spring waters. It's a lot of money though, right? And it doesn't guarantee the cancer is going to be gone, but it's like Leslie, it is because they know the environment can change the outcome too, and herbs and stuff. Allegedly, I'm not an expert. I'm just saying whatever. But most of us can't even afford to go there. One of the people from the community, we was crying because we couldn't afford to send this lady there, and
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the details, but it wasn't a good outcome. So it's just like, so that goes to what you said. Yes, that's one way. Then of course there's a cure allegedly, but I think of Steve Jobs, super rich. He did everything he could to fight cancer, and he still died of it.
Yeah.
So it's a very, and I feel like cancer is becoming mutated. So I feel like these strands, like one of my relatives, they had breast cancer, and it was so aggressive, and the person's super young. So we're just like, what? Like
Mm-hmm.
they're okay now, but it was just like, how did it even get into a lady so young? So it's the Toya, the one who just
That's,
passed away. She's young. So it's just
you
like,
want
and
to know what's crazy?
you know what I'm saying? I think she knew enough on how to like help the cancer go away or at least slow it down, and she still died within 3 years. Like I don't know the
Yeah.
details, but it's just like I'm learning it's super complicated.
Yeah. You want to know what's crazy? What's crazy is everybody. My mom, sister, her oldest sister, had metastatic breast cancer and died from it.
Mm.
A grandmother on my dad's side, his mother, had it in both breasts, but she away. But she had my cousin, who is my dad's brother's daughter, had the exact same breast cancer that I had, but in different parts. Mine was in the upper quadrant of my breast. Hers was like in the armpit area. And when they did a genetic testing on me to see whether it was, due to genetics, it came back variants unknown. And oh, that's a good thing. That means I'm like, no, it means variants unknown. Well, how is that a good thing? Well, it shows it's not genetic. I'm like, well, how do you know that?
Mm.
And I got all these people in my family with the C, the big C. How
Mm.
I'm gotta be something. I don't know. I'm thinking it's environmental, really.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of it too lately. It never used to be like this.
Exactly, it wasn't.
I mean, it's like last year. My cousin, you know, she's fine. She got breast cancer and she's fine. And I have a second cousin. She had a lot. She survived breast cancer and a stroke and a hysterectomy, and I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
She
Mm.
thinks because
Wow.
I had a hysterectomy and it wiped me out.
I
Mm.
had a, par-
I can't even imagine. I'm
I
just
had a partial hysterectomy back in 2018. And I remember, why did they have me recovering where it was like on a baby ward? I'm like, God, is this a joke?
Oh,
I
wow.
kept like, waking up.
Wow.
I'm like, and I keep hearing
Mhm.
some hospitals, if a baby's born, it has a little lullaby charm. You'll hear it in the air. Doom, 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 doom. I'm like, okay, Lord. I'm like, what a person, what a sense of humor, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. I had a gamut of issues. But, what can you do? Life throws you lemons, throw them back. That's my
The
try to enjoy it. And
right.
um, I enjoy, and I have friends with heart problems, and
Mm.
um, I'm doing Zumba, and I think it's helping me. I think it really is. Because so far, maybe it stopped the things that's supposed to happen, like diabetes or something like that.
I need to get on.
I always see you living your life to the fullest. I mean, as I said, I learned that from my mom. Like I wish I had more time with her, but at least she gave me the tools to survive the insanity of life. My mom had a very tough life. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even. It's too much to talk about in a live, but I was just like, but my mom had the best attitude all the time. Well, I think the hardest thing my mom had to do was bury my brother and my dad, and you know, I wish I had the insight I have now. I would ask her different questions, and I would have had more compassion with her. And not saying I was mean, but I just had no idea what my mom was feeling till I was my mom. So I was just like, oh man. Mothers are superheroes. They put up with a lot of crap and they still be like, life is okay. No, it's not, but thank you for making it look easy. But
Yeah, this
we
this was
don't
my
know how
mom.
life is till we go through it ourselves.
This was my
Hold on, let me see if I could just
She's
the
beautiful.
little one on the end. And
Wow.
that's
oh,
Isaac Hayes
Oh, okay.
Wow.
from Africa. And
Isaac Hayes.
we got it. Yeah, Isaac Hayes. This was at the NAACP Freedom Fund dinner in Detroit, and
Wow.
I was a contest winner, and I got a chance to present my art. Basically, I had a portrait of President Bill Clinton, and General Colin Powell was a keynote speaker, and I wanted to get my picture to the president. And I was in high school at the time, by the way. I was like 11th or 12th grade. And the man wanted he was like a general, and he told me to write my name down, write, all my information. And he took the picture to pass it along. He said he was going to pass it along to General Colin Powell. And I remember other people, because General Colin Powell is a Republican, and, him and Clinton, don't get wrong, blah, 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 blah. It's never going to happen. Well, I was being picked up from school like about 3 weeks later. And my mother was like, well, Kimberly, she said,
It froze
she
again.
said, I got, can you hear me?
now we can. You
Because
glitched a little
it
bit.
kept blinking out. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, my mother was my mother was in the passenger seat. My dad was in the driver's seat, and she said, Miss Kimberly, she said, we got a phone call from the White House secretary. You forgot to leave your number. I was like,
Oh.
so my picture, President Bill Clinton. So,
Mm.
but that was the night that I took my picture there to present, to pass along to General Colin Powell. And I sometimes sit back and I wonder what will my mom think of all the accomplishments that I have sent, because this was before I met Michael. And I know she probably would have been tickled pink
Of
knowing that I
course.
finally met him, you know.
I'm sure your
So
mother would be proud that no matter what you've gone through, that you found a way to live your life out loud in ways that are unexpected and blessed more than most. So,
yeah.
you go through a lot, but you get a lot of blessings for compensation. So it's like, it's not in vain, like it is tough for what you're going through, but at least you're also getting a balance of blessings as well. So I'm like, I think your mom would be very
How
proud of
many
you.
people are, thank you. How many people going to the popcorn event? Or is anybody
Right now,
involved in that?
we got to figure out how this all plays out with our government. I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
It's usually blazing hot in August, you know. Um,
Yeah.
I mean,
Are
she's
y'all
gonna come, and
out?
it's like I don't know how she's gonna do because she's on dialysis and all this stuff. I've
Mhm.
been on dialysis, but she's got a strong will.
Yeah.
She's courageous.
Oh,
Yeah. If we're thinking
can y'all?
optimistically, I want to go. My only question is why the popcorn event so close? Like, let's say you buy both tickets, what's going to be in package
Are,
one and what's going to be in package two?
Right.
because they're close by, like only a day apart. So I was like, oh,
What about the
huh?
anybody going to the premiere? Like on the, I wonder how like the premiere out. I wonder if it's gonna be in Los Angeles at the Chinese theater for the Mike
Yeah,
movie, the
for the
premiere.
Oh,
Or
fans.
for the biopic.
yeah, the red carpet event. I think I heard some fans saying that they were gonna try to go out there for that.
For sure. I mean, I'm going to be in New York, but I have heard of people that are going to be moving to Cali. Like, I hope if they're doing fan related events, like for Germany, but for our part of the country, that needs to get out as quickly because Germany already knows they have it, but nothing was secured for the U.S. So I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, Tiffany writes the tickets are expensive. Um,
Dollars.
The ticket for what? For the
Probably
the
popcorn event, right? Tiff, is it the popcorn event?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the October one's cheaper. The one in LA.
So I'm like, I don't know what's going on this year.
I
They
know it's
they do.
stable, shaky.
Yeah, I know in New York they're still laying people off. So in New York, the tech division got laid off. So I'm in retail. So here's our issue. So it's been what, 3 days since the war started in our business, no one shopping because we're luxury goods. Like, who's going to say, hey, I need luxury goods during a crisis? People are probably buying generators, food, toilet tissue.
Are you
So
a buyer for a retail, or are you so
So I'm a vendor. So someone pay. So let's just say I'm selling luxury cups.
okay?
Someone pays me to make sure those cups are, showcased a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
And when you're done with that part of it, you just sell for the rest of the day.
Okay.
So
I also play the rest of
yeah,
my day. Yeah. I just came back to these are I profile for Taylor Swift and there's
hey, Baba.
me. My name is Margaret and I'm a Bubble Boo Boo TikTok advance. I just came back with a really I hopefully for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's coming. For those of you who don't know, I have Wonder and I'm something is usually this one and I'm hopefully like all characters for me and others a Shrek and that's my favorite Princess Peach of course.
Okay.
I love you. And I have a wonderful that's it in almost my lifetimes and I just came back if you hear about I really, really wanted to extraordinary. I have a Margaret cover channel of those actually YouTube, and I'm so grateful. And I'm just actually for everyone nice is actually about to say if you know like it really and I wanted to say I love you guys and I love you so much, Gadget Trish. We
I love
always bottom
you.
of my heart. Mwah, mwah,
Much 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 respect.
Thank you,
much.
Baba, Margaret. I appreciate you.
I appreciate for you. Just in case,
Nice to
I'm going
meet
to back
you.
to school out, so we'll be back and hope you guys like it. Bye bye.
Bye,
All right.
Nice
babe.
to meet you.
Well, I'm gonna have to drop down because I got this procedure today. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1:04.
Much luck to
Oh, 4 a.m.
you, Dylan.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
keep
gotta go.
All
I
right.
doing what you
I
gotta
gotta
do.
clean up for so I can go to jury duty in the morning.
So we
Oh
got
wow.
and a procedure. We'll definitely have an open mic again for Toya. We'll try to make it earlier, and we'll keep you posted. I just can't commit to a date, but that's probably our next live.
Just
And
do
we'll
it,
probably
you
make
just do
it
it when
open
you
mic.
can, and I'll look and see when you're on or whatever.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm just glad that you guys are here. There's a couple of comments that I didn't get to read. The current mayor last year said that they want to build up the block party to be really good events. So every year it should be better and better. That's good to hear, Tiff, for
Oh
sure.
cool.
Um, Angel is excited for the film. We all are. Beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep, beep.
definitely.
And then Tiffany
And
writes, about a black man buying a big ass ranch, they might not like that. One thing I would love to see is racism end. I really like if people got to live my childhood, they would understand that we really are the same. We want the same for our families. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes music unites us, sometimes scripture unite, but there are things to unite. I know like Star Wars fans and Mario fans, like there's things that we have in common. We just don't talk to each other enough, you know. So
Yeah.
it's
Very
sad.
true.
But shout out to all my college friends, my coworkers, my MJ community. Like I know there are good people out there that are from different races and cultures. We just gotta learn to talk to each other more. That's all. Like,
This place has changed a lot. We have people from other countries, they have like nail salons and hair places and all that. And I go to them, and it's Vietnamese, and I think it's like Persian. I can't tell which is which. They treat me like I'm part of their family.
mm,
But my own culture doesn't even do that. I just feel like an outsider.
man.
Wow. That's bananas.
Yeah, you
Mm,
know. But this place has changed a lot, and um, people have been more polite here lately. So I think that part's been really nice. It never used to be.
yeah. Well, you know, I
Wow.
noticed in California, especially like the people that are like more secluded, they just, I feel like you kind of lose that community if you're kind of far away in houses. It's not like LA, like or Hollywood, like everyone's more like on top of each other, so you're kind of forced to interact with people. But I noticed California, they have like some like houses and lands apart from each other so they don't have to deal with people if they don't want to. Like in New York, it's rare to have a lot of space from people. You're kind of like, even if you have a house, like like my family house, the houses were like next to each other. I'm like, what kind of nonsense is this? Like, where's the privacy? But I don't. I really feel like it's how you're raised. Like sometimes like you think you might be better. Like even in black culture, we have different divisions. Like it'll be like poor blacks against middle class blacks against rich blacks around against light skinned blacks around dark skin, skinny nose, fat nose. So and those things divide us. And it's just like, could you imagine like races and genders and all these things or politics? These are things that separate us and it just needs to stop. Like it's
Yeah.
not helping us, especially as a country. It's really destroying us. It's sad. Like I'm sure now that we know aliens are here, when the aliens decide to show their face, I'm telling you that none of that stuff is going to matter. Survival is going to matter. Like it's nuts. And as George says, yes, be kind.
That's
I
all
do.
you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, and I like people. I go around here all the time, and I'm really polite with people, and for the most part, they're polite. I mean, you're nice to them, they're nice back,
Yeah.
and but it gets kind of scary sometimes, and we've been having like a lot of massive layoffs. Our news station here, you heard about Channel 5, right? They
No,
laid
I
five
Channel 5.
people. They're like a close knit family. You watch them, and it's like, what? And then the school district's laying off people, and I don't know. Maybe you guys are having the same thing where you live. I don't know. I don't know if it's a California thing or what.
No, in New York, we're experiencing layoffs too. That's why I was just like, let's say my job stays with no clients, they can't afford to keep us because we don't even work for the store. We work for we're third parties. So I'm like, okay, like this is going to be interesting if this stays this way. But right now, everything just happened in a matter of days. We're just hoping that people get the courage to come back and start. Yeah, granted, like yes, they don't need our stuff, but New Yorkers have a lot of money compared to other states, so it'd be nice to see those clients back. Plus, we depend on tourism, but there really is no tourism. People are trying to figure out how to get back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jay, you live in New York, right?
Yes, I'm Queens. Yes, absolutely. All my life.
going on your side of the town?
It's for the most part it's been kind of hectic, with the snow and everything. It's been going off and on with the snow and everything, and it builds up, and it's kind of hard for people to get around and do what they need to do. So everybody's just trying to keep the snow levels down for the most part in my neighborhood.
I think about you when the bad snowstorm happens and the floods. I think about you all the time, and I go, "Gee, I hope you're okay and everything." And
We are
Yeah,
now, but it was like Jay was said, it was probably the toughest winter we experienced in like 2 decades, probably.
yeah,
oh
and then we go
yes,
through lots of rain, and it doesn't rain. It's I mean, and then last year was the fire thing and all this stuff, and it was not far from Havenhurst, and that was weird.
oh yeah, the fire. Yeah, I heard about that.
I heard the helicopters they were
The
all night.
fire, the fire was the biggest story in Cali, and then out of nowhere it stopped. And the only
Yeah,
the people that to bring up the fire thing was Hill, Los Angeles. I was like, didn't y'all lose like half of California? And have you noticed it just got quiet? And I'm like, okay.
yeah. They said it was close to Neverland, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I know Havenhurst they had to take certain things off the property because they were afraid it was going to get burnt out.
Yeah, I
And I
heard
have
about.
John
Yeah,
on Friday if I don't go to jury duty on Friday, down Mudo and everything. But man, this group of people. I mean, when I go to the events, it's like, oh my gosh, it's almost like we're all happy to see each other.
Yeah, it is like a little reunion. It is. Like, and it's so cool. Even though I didn't get to go, like you guys were so sweet. Like I got to do a couple of lives. I did one with Taj, I did one with Prince, and then some of the sisters, they all gave me swag bags. So I got a swag bag from I don't know if I could disclose who gave me the swag bags. But to the sisterhood and you know who you are, I got some
yeah,
awesome stuff. It's like, oh, because I mean, for me, if I had did the trips last year, I'd have lost my apartment. I'm like, that's not worth it. Um,
wow,
like I said, I'm still going through stuff, but at least like all the skills that I learned last year, I made a little bit more money. So, right now we just got to see, can we travel this year? Is that an option? Like,
Can you travel and you don't have a job? That kind of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, were you in New York when the 9/11 happened?
Oh yeah, it took me a long time. I had so much anxiety when I lived here. So, at the time I was working at Bloomingdale's and I remember like people were shopping like nothing happened.
Really?
So, where Bloomingdale's is definitely in a very affluent part of New York. So it was so mind blowing, like how like nothing changed for like certain parts of the city. Um, it took me a long time to ride the subway. It was just so much. I mean, one of my relatives worked there, so we thought they died that day. It was just a mess.
And
Um,
I went to work that way. I was in the cafeteria back in the day, and we had TV sets. It looked like the whole New York City got destroyed. It felt like the end of the world to me. It
it
just felt,
did.
and um my second cousin was living there at that time, but she was in Texas when 9/11 happened. It took her a week to get home to New York City, but she moved back to
Mhm.
Buffalo because her father was sick and he passed away over a year ago. And but man, it, you know, um, I bet you guys were scared when airplanes were flying.
Oh yeah. Even now, some of the things that we're experiencing now is triggering what happened then.
Yeah,
So it's just like, just think about like someone around the world right now, unfortunately, is living in the terror that we lived in, you know, like 10, like 20 years ago. And so it's just so unfortunate that we couldn't come to a better solution on avoiding what happened the last 3 days. Like, I, when you don't respect life, you can't make the decisions that will push humanity for the better. There's just so much that's not making any sense, and it's overwhelming. So
life
it's
makes
like,
sense.
ugh. we can't control what's going on. We can just control how we react to it, you know?
And my
Very
friends
true.
aren't even going that well because it's dumb disagreements, and it's like, forget it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, you gotta respect. You don't have to agree with me. Avoid the stuff we don't agree with, or don't talk at all. I don't talk to a lot of my friends anymore, and it's like, too much.
I know. I mean, it definitely goes on both sides. I'm sure there's conversations that you hear that is disheartening as a white woman. There's things I hear from my black race that's disheartening. There is, unfortunately, that a lot of us have not been given opportunities to interact with each other the way that we should. Because if we did, then this would be a stupid conversation to have. But it's just like, again, it depends how you're raised. Like, it just sucks. Like sometimes, like, I don't know if you know, some of my family members are white or white and black, and but they pass for white. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't have this conversation with you when some of my family looks like Carol. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
He,
and I won't. Like, but it's just sad though that we've let each other down as a whole because we let something from a very long time ago carry over in 2026. Like, this is weird,
yeah.
but it sucks. I was just like, do you know about my family? Like, you might want to change conversations real quick, but I always let people know, like, I'm cool with everybody until I'm not. Like, until you
Yeah.
get not to like you. But I don't know, like, people are slowly learning, like, to be open to other people and other races and other, like, the people see when they interact with everybody. It's just, I'm a vibe person. You cool, you cool. But I don't look at Jay and be like, oh, he's black, he's cool. I'd be like, I want to talk to Jay and figure out if he's cool. Or I don't look at Carol and be like, oh, she's white, she's cool. I want to talk and see what Carol's about. You know what I'm saying? That's
TV
how
Yeah.
show, like Lucy, and I didn't, like Ricky and Lucy, and I kept thinking, I didn't even notice the races. And Tony Orlando and Dawn, and oh, they're good singers. And I remember he was doing a podcast, and he was saying Jackie Gleason was prejudiced against, Thelma and Joyce and everything. And I go, wow,
right?
I don't understand,
A lot of us don't understand this.
and it's very Latino here, and I have Latino friends. It's like you're part of the family, but I miss them because they don't live here anymore.
Mm.
But
I mean, all we could do, and I mean, MJ can just be the beacon of the world and show how music can unite us. And I mean, I love going to MJ events. It lets you know, like, it can be a different world.
it's like
Oh, yeah.
traction when we go to the Prince Jackson thing and everything. And every once in a while I'll talk to Terrell and everything, and I just love talking to him. I love talking to all of them. They're just so neat and everything. I met celebrities out here. Some of them were not very nice.
Yeah, most of them are not. Like in New York, oh my God, they're so mean.
Yeah.
Like, we have like this unspoken energy. Like I just met celebrities recently. I won't say who. They were nice though, but you're so scared to come up to them. So I chose not to ask for a picture or anything because I didn't want anybody to chew off my head over this. I was like, let me just chill out. But one of my friends did get a picture, but I was just like, nah, man. Like,
I met Shirley Jones many years ago. She's so sweet, and she said show business is mean and cruel. I mean, like you and me have a bad day. We're not going to have people going up to us and harassing us and bullying us. I mean, but I'm thinking the Jacksons, it must be torture for them sometimes.
Did you see the footage of Paris I think she was overseas, and the paparazzi, it was alarming how they were attacking her with those cameras. It was like,
Yeah.
I was like, are y'all good? Like, it's that part about celebrityhood. I don't know how to deal with that. That's too much.
I would not like that at all. And it's like, um, oh, I forget. 3T was saying they took Michael to Universal Studios. I think they dressed him like an old man in a wheelchair. He didn't
Yeah.
even last
Yeah.
5 minutes.
And they
You
had
know,
to sprint out of there for their life.
no one bothers. No one
With the
bothers.
prisoner of his fame. Like, I'm sure the Jacksons, even though they have an amazing legacy, I'm sure once they got super famous, they were not prepared what came with that. Like, there's probably things they'll never be able to say.
No.
So we have what? All the sisters are still alive. So that's Rebe, Janet, Latoya.
Latoya.
We still
Hmm.
have Jackie. We have Randy. We have Marlon,
Marlon.
and
Jermaine.
Jermaine, right? So we lost Tito and
Yeah.
Michael. I'm sure we'll never know what they're going to do to be that like that level of famous, and I'm sure it comes with a lot of darkness. So far we know there's a lot of scrutiny, but it's just a lot. I'm sure that came with but they weren't. I don't think they knew what it really takes to be in the industry. It's like every time I hear like news stories, I'm like, no. Like even some people that I really admired, I'm like, no, like you're not on the list. What? Like it's horrible.
And then
But
he was talking
A
about,
lot of sacrifice.
he says, I don't know what to say and what not to say, and I can imagine.
well,
And
have you noticed, especially the second gen, they speak in subliminals. So now it's like, I understand now. I understand.
I love them. I mean,
Yeah.
Like they always say, I can't say everything.
yeah,
Now I understand why they could not say everything.
and then when when something bad happens, there's always someone saying negative, rotten stuff about them. It's like, can you just leave them alone? I mean, like stuff happens to me. It's like, hey, I'm left alone.
Yeah, this is different. That's why I was like, if you guys ever like some of y'all want to be singers, think twice. Like
I can't sing to begin with.
I'm just saying, you might just want to sing for God and call it a day. Like I don't like. I don't know.
And when I was little, I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be on the Brady Bunch.
Okay.
That was
Listen. So God is so good. When I was a kid, my mom said I was super animated. So she took me to an agency to be in television. So then I froze up and I just wouldn't do anything. So then my mom took me out the audition. She goes, "What happened?" I said, "I don't want to do this anymore." God is so good. What if I was one of those kids that got those traumatizing stories? Like,
The child stars. Yeah.
yeah, what I love about my mom, she just let it go. I still remember that like yesterday. I said, "Mom, I don't feel right," and I shut down, and she never made me do another audition. But at home, she said I was super animated, and I used to always make everybody laugh. And she goes, the minute I went to there, she said I shut down, and I do remember it because I could just tell, like she was like, "What happened?" And I just said, "Just everything about me shut down," and that's God's protection. God knew. I was supposed to be in the industry several times, and every time I said, "No, no, thank you. It's not for me." But of course, I wanted to be in it. Are you kidding me? Like in New York, we had the dopest rappers, Heavy D. We had, Salt and Pepper.
It was the culture. Yeah.
Like it was so amazing to be in the '90s. But it's just like just something said it wasn't for me, and I went to customer service, and I was just fine with it.
I went to New York City one time, but that was in 1978 and Star Wars was out.
Yeah.
I was going to say it wasn't that clean back then. I went to Star Wars and people were smoking pot. Do people still do that? People
It's still
Oh man.
at least weed's legal now, but now they take other stuff like lean and they have like the pills that make them do that weird droopy thing. Like the thing about New York, drugs are so normalized that you can get caught up not realizing like some of us have more addictive personalities. So I never did hard drugs because I know I have addictive personality. But like some people just don't know they might never be the same once they take stuff. So I feel sorry because like some of us don't know the consequences of our actions. So I feel bad, man. Look right there. No, I said, shoot. Could you imagine? Almost every
God
three
did.
stars are like, bruh. Who was that guy?
New York
He
had
was
different
Michael's
accents.
friend. He said, "Don't put your kids in the industry." Corey Feldman, I think.
Yeah, yeah, he did. He did say that. Yeah,
Kids
he
in
did.
don't. So I'm like, mm-mm. But like we didn't know
Mhm.
about that stuff back then. People like, from different strokes and what's that other show that was really popular? Like there were so many amazing shows and Michael J. Fox and stuff. We didn't know that was a dangerous industry. So we're just like, we want to be on TV too.
You
And then
know,
I went, I froze
rich,
fun.
but the problem is, the people become rich, and then it goes away, and then they go broke.
That's well, okay, I know famous people. I'll leave that there, right? And so they were saying when they were in the limelight, they were saying like they noticed they always try to get people hooked on drugs and alcohol. So like if you did make any money, this is how your money got squandered. And then of course if you're high and drunk and stuff all the time, you never make the best decisions. So
Yeah,
there's so many reasons. And then we go back to what we said in the beginning of this, post. Like we need to stop looking up to people about their wealth and stuff because like we don't know how they got that. We just don't know. Like how many YouTubers that are quote unquote big and you thinking like, oh, they got all this money and they were scamming people and doing weird stuff to have this appearance of, even me, I'm in debt because I can't afford the life that I have. That's why I'm like, shoot, playtime's over. We're just going to be in New York chilling until we get our money back to where it was. But sometimes like you can spend your money too fast. Like sometimes I'll have an opportunity, but I'll spend too much. Like so, let's say someone gives me $500 for something, but then I'm spending 1,500. How does that make sense? You're negative 1,000 right now.
Hmm.
So it's like you have to like just figure life out, and you got to be as authentic as possible. Most celebrities or rich people are not what they appear to be. That's why I was like, consider it all a lie and just stay in your own lane. Because
yeah.
a lot of people are not going to tell you how to like no disrespect, but a lot of women do compromising things to get money sometimes. Like I call it legalized prostituting, and I'm not lying. Sometimes men do stuff and sell their bodies to get what they want. So it's just like you don't know what it takes to how these people got their stuff. So it's just like don't look at nobody but yourself. Like just be
Like
proud
the
of what
talk
you
shows,
do.
you kind of learn. I mean, these people who were teachers and they were prostituting because they didn't make enough money.
Well, I call it legalized prostituting when you're hooking up with people just because they got money. And I feel like in New York, that's so normalized. Like you literally look for a man just to get money from them. So it's just like, especially in my younger days, that was so normalized. They'll be like, oh, yeah, he's 20 years older than me. And I'm like, yo, that's prostitution. What are we talking about? But a lot of people do it, like, especially, and I'm sure Callie too. Like,
Oh yeah.
you just look for a husband just because he got money. You don't even love this man. Like
It's that financial stability.
it's the same thing. It's just better. It's just legal. Like it's the same thing. So it's just like I want to see someone flex at McDonald's and be like, I did it the hard way. I sacrificed. I put myself on a budget. I shot the Five Below. I want to see that flexer. That's the person I'm looking at right now. Because I mean, a lot of us could do really weird, questionable behavior, but can we actually work hard? No, nobody wants to do the hard thing. They want the easy way out. Sometimes you got to do something strange to get a little change, right?
Oh snap, Tiffany. Oh snap.
No, I call it the underbelly of being a woman. Okay, we don't talk about those things though. There's a price to be paid. There is, and I just feel like it's just not worth it. I had one. one person I dated, I'm not going to get into details, but I really felt like I was dating the devil, literally. And so I learned to stop depending on men for me to get stuff. I just get 2 jobs, shop at a consignment shop. I don't know, wear 5 freaking below. But like, don't ever hook up with someone because they got more money, because you don't know what it's going to take to get that money. And so, thank God I learned that lesson in my 20s, but that was a tough freaking lesson to have learned. Like, tough. Like, I'm still traumatized from that situation. But it's just like, you know what? God got me out safely. I had an amazing friend that she didn't even know what was going on. She was just like, I don't like your boyfriend. You got to go. Like, and then later on, I told her, like, this is what's really going on. And, they were doing, finding ways to lock me up in the house. It was crazy. So it was just like, it would just be so much cheaper just to get a job and work or do my own money. Like, what are we talking about, bro? But I'm sure there's more women that got stories like, oh yeah, you thought he was cool, and he is not. He is the devil himself. Especially men with money, they'll make you work for it. All right, you wish you got a job, like, child. And I'm lucky, like, I don't have like horrible stories like some of my people in my life, but I feel like I've been through enough to know never do that again. Like, just work hard and do your own thing. Like, it's not that deep. And then I can look at myself in the mirror and say, okay, nothing's ever going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice in ways that it's tough. Like, even now, it's very tough for me to keep the lights on right now. But worst case scenario, I'll be sleeping on somebody's couch. It's okay. Like, like you gotta just live in your truth. And a lot of people live on a lie, and then everyone's wondering, like, oh, how did this person get this, and how did this person get that? Because they're lying to you. How about that? Like, simple and plain. Most people are lying.
People have it so hard today. It's just the jobs are unstable, the marriages are unstable. My friends are divorced. And I was all, when I was young, oh, I wanted to be married. If God would have gave me what I wanted, it would have been a disaster, no matter who I would have married and everything.
Yeah.
And one of my closest friends took his life a couple years ago, and it was like, oh, that's why he didn't want me to be with him. And, it was just, I mean, then my moods are weird because the thyroid condition and all this stuff. It's like, oh, could they handle that? No. But life's just so, it's just so crazy.
It is.
And I'm where the Lord wants me to be and everything. And I'm thankful to have a good retirement and a good pension, and most people don't have that.
Amen.
My heart goes out
Very
to
true.
people, and it's just so sad. Life shouldn't be like this. And but I'm hanging, I'm surviving, and we don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. I mean, we have a lot of earthquakes around here, and it's been kind of quiet here lately. That's kind of scary because it's like we have bad ones sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, but you guys get them too. I mean, I bet you guys never used to get them, did you?
We had, I think, 2 in the last 2 years. The one from, I think, was it last year or the year before? That one was scary. I thought I was falling, and they were like, "No, your building's moving." So I thought I was having an episode, but that one scared me. And then I remember we went into work, and some of the clients were like super happy, and they were like, "Oh, it's just an earthquake," and I'm like, Manhattan's not designed for that. So I'm like, this is not designed for an earthquake.
That's not a
So
good.
When
I
I
was the clients like, y'all good?
what's going to happen if New York has what we had over here? It's going to be worse than here.
We're not designed for that at all. Like, Jay will tell you, it's not designed for an earthquake. I wish it was, but it's not.
Yeah.
So if New York has continued earthquakes, we're going to have
Bad.
I would leave. I wouldn't stay here. We're not designed for it.
I mean, once in a while we're getting tornadoes, not in the valley. It was more like in the ocean, LA has gotten a few little tornadoes, but we never used to get those, and but our it's like bipolar over here. Last week was like summer. It's kind of back to normal. It's kind of cold nighttime. It's cooler during the day. Last week you didn't need no sweater, no nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
2 weeks ago it was just pouring rain.
Yeah, I noticed. I was seeing footage with rain. I'm like, in California?
Do you ever have that song "It Never Rains in Southern California"?
Yes, with Tone. Yeah, so now it does.
Yeah. I mean, over here they say, "Oh, California's gonna fall in the ocean," and it's like it hasn't yet.
I mean, you bring up a very good point. That's another unsettling factor on top of everything we're going through, that our weather is so aggressive that you kind of have to go inside now. Because I used to always play in the rain. Something I used to do, I mean, probably till I was 30, 35. I used to just play in the rain. Then people were getting struck by lightning and stuff. And I'm like, oh, let me stop doing that and just go home. Like, what are we doing? So the weather's really different. I know in New York, this is the worst winter we had ever. I was like, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been freezing.
I had the news on. They said, "Don't go outside. It's dangerous." I go, "What?" And then we had the loudest thunder. It shook the whole house like an earthquake. I mean, did they ever say that over there? Don't go outside. It's dangerous because lightning.
no, but I'm sure it's going to start getting to that point, because it's just like everything is so aggressive now. You're like, oh, like now when it rains, I'm like, oh, time to go home, because you don't know if it's going to be a thunderstorm or what's going to escalate. I know there was some footage of the wind blowing, and people were having a hard time from getting blown away. That was like a week or two ago. I just can't remember where I saw the footage. And I'm like, is that AI? And they were like, no, it's not AI. It's real. I'm like, no way. It's going to be 80 where I am. Spring is here. Good for you.
Oh, all right, Lady
They won't
Messenger.
over here.
Yeah, I'm still up. I'm going to leave. I'm going to say 9 minutes. We'll make it even 3 hours. I
Okay.
guess making up for the 2.5 weeks I was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then just thank you for letting me share. And of course, you guys are sharing some of the stuff that you guys are going through, whether it be in the chat or in this live. Like I said, it's going to be quote unquote business as normal unless God says otherwise. But I just didn't want you to think like she's not going to acknowledge all this stuff. And I'm like, I am on this live, and then we're going to try our best to move forward with force and just try to at least for an hour to get away from the madness of what we call 2026, and it's not even April yet. Like, what? So yeah, I'm still up. I'm usually up a lot. I'm usually like coming home from the hospital around this time if we're at the hospital. But we've had to change the schedule a little bit just because, one, I wasn't resting and I have my own health issues. And like I said, God is good. The person's fighting for their life, so we're trying to find a new normal. I'm definitely watched the replay. Just woke up, about to hit the gym. All right, whoop whoop. She's getting Michael
Do
Jackson
your
bio.
shit. Do your thing.
Oh man, I wanted to go back to the gym, but I don't have the time. But I did buy equipment so I could start working out from my house, because I was like, the only thing I could do is just walk, which is hard for me to do in real life. But I need to also build up what I got to do, strength and resistance to help build muscle to help me walk a little bit better. So I'm like, it's very late. It's late, and this is very late. I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God, it's almost 2 in the morning.
Yeah, well, you are. It's going to be.
139.
I should be okay. Let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll probably get like 5, 6 hours sleep. I already have my lunch made, so we're good. I know I'm gonna wear. I did my report. Yay me.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Oh,
so
Trish, I just wanted to say, prayers to you and your family for what you're going through right now.
thank you. I think my mom, that's like my new mommy, and just the strength she has with God, and just my aunt. Thank God does a lot of the heavy lifting. So I
Yeah.
guess she's just teaching me like how to handle things, because unfortunately, her generation's the they're the elders now. So it's just like, and I'm not alone. I have cousins, and it's just a little harder for them because most of them don't live here anymore. So we have to do video conferences with them, and but we're making it work. Like my family's doing the best they can. Like when my mom was alive, we all were together, but you know, everyone's apart. Like it's probably I might have to leave New York over this because I was like, wait, there's not too many people left here. Good night, good night. I'm so excited. Michael 2 is in the works, right?
Oh,
Hell,
that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be good.
I hope they make it real. I feel like I'm fine with fluff for part one. I'm being honest. I'm fine for PR fluff, but part two, we
Yeah,
need something a little bit more gritty. Just saying, because we know the last 15-20 years of Michael life was a living hell.
they're probably gonna go deep on the second one.
Yeah. I think his only saving grace was his kids. Like I think that was the beacon of light that he needed to keep going. But you could just tell by like Michael seemed more isolated in his later years. He had
Yeah,
some media drama in the later years, public scrutiny. It was just like if you can't talk about certain things, that's fine, but you got to talk about some of the tough stuff, just some of it.
And then they were asking him inappropriate questions, and I'm thinking they should be picky. You're not allowed to ask this. You're not allowed to ask that. Or like the current Jacksons, like Taj and Terrell and TJ, and
Yeah,
it,
that's right. Well,
I did send him a engagement card, congratulating him, and I got it custom made for him and everything because he's special to me and everything, and he's just really good. It's like um, it's none of my business when he's getting married, and I mean, people start asking me if I was invited. I'm gonna say no. This is the family. I'm not the family. I'm just the fan.
right.
I
Even
mean,
though I wouldn't mind being upgraded to family.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not. But I can't get over how sweet they are to us. Um, I never had this, and they're give me a hug and they're compassionate with me, and I met other celebrities. It was like they were disappointed, and it was like but I wouldn't want to be celebrity because I mean, poor Paris. People won't leave her alone.
Yeah.
yeah. She's real tough though. She's got a lot of her pops in her.
Yeah.
She's got a good family,
Yeah.
Yeah,
good a big giant family that loves her and everything, and I think that's a big one. I don't have that.
Mm. You have us.
I mean, no, I have you guys. I meant blood.
Oh, okay.
And cousins don't really want me and my brother, and it's like, but I'll just leave it alone. I'm gonna focus on you guys, and I mean, it's like I'm really like December was hard because of all these deaths that happened, and it was hard because you wasn't coming on, neither was Taro, and it was like I got excited when he came on.
Oh, thank you. I honestly try my like I got lucky last year. We had some hiccups last year. Because the relative been sick for months. But once the hospital got into play, it was a lot. Like I can see why people don't want to go to ER. You could be in ER, you could be in the ER room for up to 2 days. And that's exactly what happened. So it was just like, no way. It's like if you guys see a lot of my content, it'd be like, is she in the hospital? Yes, I live there now. And I'm like, oh, this is cray cray. Like, but right now everything's stable now. Um, but it's been tough. And so hopefully we could move forward and go back to the normal routine, get ready for the biopic.
yeah.
Um, get ready for Super Mario, get married for Hell Mary. Like, you know, yeah, Rome's still burning, but we're gonna keep up with the four stones out. We're just going to like at least for an hour or two, just just get away from it for a little while, and then you know just take it from there. But like I said, my heart goes out to the YouTubers that are going through even tougher stuff than me, and it explains why they had to go away. I was just like, it's not that they can't push through it. You don't want to be fake. Like you're really dealing with stuff. You just gotta take a time out. And these people actually like their whole life, their whole financial thing is YouTube. So I was like, oh, this can't be easy if you're making money from this and you can't be genuine. Yeah, just get off. Yes, Bubbles is in the trailer. We will see Bubbles.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right? Like I think, and I'm sure you guys probably agree, part one's going to be sugar coated, PR, the origins of.
Actually, Paris called it early. She said it was going to be somewhat sugar coated.
But that part too, I want Kleenex to be the sponsor, and we'll need tissue on the way in. Oh, we know what that second half of Michael life was, and it was not good.
Wasn't a pretty sight.
Advertising the Michael movie, I've seen the thing in the movie thing. Man, it looks so wonderful.
The trailer, yeah.
I mean, playing the music and all that. I mean, do you guys go shopping in the stores and you hear Michael music?
Mm-hmm.
I heard him when I went to the supermarket.
You hear Michael?
I heard Jam.
Yes, Anna Jackson. Yeah, I'm excited in that way, but I need to get my mind a little bit more focused on the biopic. We are like what 50 days away or something like that.
A little over a month away.
So I'm
April 24th. Yep.
I wonder it's going to be a big knockout. I bet it's going to be a big knockout.
It's going to break box office sales.
If it's not, I feel bad for them. Right? Look, as you said earlier, I was like, there's certain things like if they mess up, like Star Wars. If you mess up, I feel for you.
That's a legacy movie.
Yeah, man. I was like, they better not mess this one up.
You got to get it right with MJ. And
So
I think Jafar is going to win an award.
Yeah,
I really do. He's got Michael down to a T.
Did you see the Jafar behind the scenes? I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I saw it, and I saw the director talking about it. Anton Fuqua.
If I have time, maybe I'll do a watch party, and I don't know if I can share it on the screen or maybe do that film thing I did last time. I haven't seen nothing in a minute. I'm like, I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm on TikTok, and I really think Gen Z loves Michael even more than us. Isn't that amazing?
It's a new generation coming up.
Do you feel like that Michael got more famous when he passed away and Elvis Presley?
Oh, yeah. And don't get it twisted. I was actually an Elvis Presley fan because my babysitter used to always play Elvis Presley movie around me. So you see me, dancing around the house or whatever. But I would say the difference of Elvis and Michael is Elvis music is a little dated, just a little bit. Michael's music and even the Jackson's music has more of a timeless thing about it. I just can't explain it, but it's just different. So I'm like, no, I wouldn't take that away from Elvis. Elvis is a goat in his own right.
That movie was so good. The Elvis one, it was different than the last one. I think it was mostly about him being in concert and everything, and how down to earth he was and everything. I thought that was just so. I was in high school when he passed away.
Elvis.
Yeah, I was 18 when he passed away.
Yo, he was the big deal. Like I was like,
I just loved him.
Like so big. And what's interesting though, it goes back to how they get celebrities. What happened? They got them hooked on drugs.
Right.
That you want to weaken an artist or a human, get them hooked on something. Like,
You take
mm-mm.
their control away.
Yeah.
And the manager takes her money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it drains them, completely drained.
Like believe me, sometimes I want to take stuff to deal with anxiety, and I'm like, Trisha, you will deal with this, and you will deal with it as accordingly, because it's like nothing's going to take that pain away. You gotta. That's a conversation with you and God and time. It's like there's no shortcuts in life. All right, you got some Elvis fans. I'm like, no, I'll give Elvis his props. Movies were dope, songs were good. Um, and I can see why he's the legacy he is too. Like it's like, oh, I get it, Especially when I was a little girl, I didn't know who he was. I just used to like, Elvis. So a couple of things from my childhood, I was like, oh, I love it.
And Trish, it's I always thought like it's one thing to be Michael Jackson or Elvis, but imagine being one of their kids.
I know.
Like
And my
that's something else.
and they're both gone.
Mm-hmm.
That was so weird. It was like the day after Michael passed. I had to go to West Hills Hospital because I had knee problems, and then I had physical therapy, and that was the hospital Lisa Marie died in.
Mm.
Still, so,
Wow. Wow.
I always found her death suspicious. I don't know. Like I feel like there's more to her death. Like I'm starting to look at everyone's death like, interesting. But it sucks because she definitely died way too young. Like
she did.
She was like 54, right?
Yeah, and she looked fine. That's why I was like, what happened?
Yeah, that was a shock.
Where her son dying, though. That
did not help her. That did not help.
I think that could have been a legit reason, like the level of stress of losing your child. But then I think about her mom that lost her daughter and the grandson. Nah, that's a lot. So much drama with their estate going on and people trying to get power and custody of it. So it's like Elvis is making major bank for someone who's been gone for a long time. So I would say Michael and Elvis definitely have beautiful legacy, estates. Like it's like, oh, okay, their fans are not letting them die, as they shouldn't. It's fantastic. You can't stop moving your feet. It's just spectacular in how it ends. Can't say, but it's clearly a first half. Okay. I mean, how it ends, you want so much more. Okay. That's who is acquaintance of Michael that was on Larry King Live that had third-degree burns. That person thought secretly Michael and me said, oh, Dave? Is that the person?
Yeah, he was on Larry King. Yeah, that's right.
He
was a great guy. I mean, he is a great guy.
Yeah. Man, I mean, shout out to Michael for all the things that he put up. Like, could you imagine the world painted you to be the villain and you knew who the villains really were? That must have been insane to have lived through. You're like, huh?
Do you feel like Michael brought us together?
Oh, he brought everybody together. Yeah, through his music. Yeah.
He brought me together with you guys.
Yeah. It's my life has changed so much just being part of the community.
Since Power of Love came on, it's not on anymore. I don't know if it will, but I mean, when it came on, it was after Mom passed away and everything. And I go, wow. I was working that, I was the operator job at that time, and and then on my break I'd listen to 3T, and I'd call in once in a while and everything, and man, and I met them at the baseball field one time, and man, and TJ, he goes, oh, I know who you are, your voice. That was so, and but it was funny when I was working, people said he sounds just like Michael. TJ. He does.
His nephews do. Several of his nephews. They all have some kind of cadence of Michael. That's really freaking cool.
And I said to Terrell, "You guys all have good hearts," and he goes, "We got it from Grandma."
Oh,
Mrs. Catherine.
right.
Yeah.
She did an amazing job. She raised amazing kids and grandkids. Because it's like a lot of people just don't know. I mean, all of us are blessed in one way or another. Like someone needs to teach you gratitude. Like sometimes I used to like pray for things or situations, and like I've learned like on TikTok, like to start praying for gratitude, start thanking God for the things in your life, and you'll have a whole different perspective. Like, thanking for the food, thanking for your home, thank you for your creativity, whatever gifts God has given you, and
Yes.
you'll start seeing life a little bit different. Like,
Yeah.
God knows
Absolutely.
what you need. Just give him praise for what he's given you, and then he'll bless you in different ways. Even I'm even grateful for the strength that has God has given me to go through a lot of stuff. You guys gone through a lot of stuff, and you guys beautiful hearts, and that's something to be grateful. Some people can't push through pain.
No.
Sometimes pain cripples people. It causes them to not want to be here anymore. So
These days I feel like
Very cool.
it's,
4 years ago it was so dark, and I was like,
yeah.
um, some days I had to literally push myself to go out because I was upset about my friend, and all that. And I'm getting better with that. And it's like I have good days, and I go, he would want me to be happy.
Yeah.
Well, give yourself grace. You've gone through a lot. Like I really feel like I need to give you a sister to sister hug. Like, I just started doing my series about my house. There's some parts of my room you could just tell I'm not my house. You can tell I'm not okay still. But I finally got the strength to get rid of the stuff and clean this. It takes a lot to navigate through life.
Right?
you know some of us eat our feelings, some of us smoke our feelings, some of us drink our feelings. Sometimes we overshop and then we don't have space for our stuff. Some of us spend money where it shouldn't be going. Like, it takes a lot to push through pain. Just give yourself grace. It's really tough.
Yeah, it is.
It's really, really tough, and sometimes it just takes us longer to get through the other side. So I'm very overwhelmed by this place. I tried to clean up the other day, and I'm like, I don't even know where to start. It's just so much crap in here. So it's helping me stop buying stuff. Even though I did buy some decent buckets, they are behind me right now. But like, I felt much better coming out the theater with nothing. I'm like, there's no place to put it. Stop buying stuff. So, and I also understand why I do it. I'm filling up a void that can't be filled. I have to figure out how to like push through this. So I'm like, I'm not excluded from any of this. It's just like I'm able to talk about it and try to find solutions. It's like it's not easy. So of course, people become best friends, got married, had children, etc. because of Michael. Yes. So
He's the man.
he is. And
Can
hopefully we can be
we
the
have,
light.
can have Prince and BG? Every time I talk about Prince, people keep thinking I'm talking about the dead singer. Do you have that in color? You talk about
You
Prince.
know what's funny? So my friends at work say I talk about Prince as if we're friends, and I'm like, I can't explain it. Like, have sometimes you meet somebody and you just know if all things were equal, you would be friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, Prince is that dude. Siggy, Toya, rest in peace. There's just some people you be like,
You
Taj,
just click.
Todd,
Yeah.
you
he's a
like,
sir. He's a big. When Tiffany and Ebony came out here, and we were meeting him at Starbucks and everything, and Tiffany texted him and said, "We're on our way," and Taz goes, "I had to leave," and he put down a second later, "Just kidding." I
Oh,
mean,
he's a prankster like MJ, huh?
yeah.
he's the biggest one and everything, um, and I'm friends with Vicky in the wheelchair, but I never physically. She's in West Virginia. We talk all the time, and so when I get together with Taj with Tiffany, I have Vicky say hi to him, and he pranked her too, and he said, "This is not Taj Jackson. I'm his imposter."
There's just some
Oh man.
if they lived in Queens or Brooklyn or wherever, like I'm like, yes, you probably would just chill with them. You could just tell by their vibes. So, but they were like, you talk about Prince as if you guys were friends. And I'm like, he's just that dude, bro. He's just that dude. Good
Mhm.
morning. Good. I was going to say bonjour. UK is English, Trisha.
What's up, Sophie?
It was so neat. Um, when I see videos of, people doing Thriller in other states, it's fun watching people doing in other states. In my state, it's almost like we're like all united
Yeah.
together. I feel like we're all united.
Yeah.
That's iconic. Yeah.
Yeah. So does anybody have closing thoughts? Because I'm going to try to get at least 5 hours sleep today.
Trish, I want to say you have an amazing platform that you do, that you create a safe space for everybody to come up and talk and just hang out and talk about Michael, talk about life. I think that's cool.
Thank you. Yeah, we got to start creating balance. We do. Like, maybe because I know what my life really looks like, I'm like, we're going to create balance. My life is great, and some days my life is really bad,
Me too.
and that's really life. Like
Yeah.
that's real life, and I'm like, yeah, we could talk about Michael, but we also could talk about our relatives and no longer here no more. Like
Yeah.
what that feels like, and you guys know, like, so unfortunately, like people that are grieving over cousins and parents, we have like a lingering energy that we're still trying to adjust to.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just I can't put it in words, but you guys know what I mean. It's just like you're happy about MJ the biopic, but then you'd be like, damn, I wish my mom was with me.
Yeah, my
That's
mother, she loved Michael Jackson.
right. Like, those
She
are the
loved him.
and that's okay too. Like we're all figuring this out together. Like none of us really gone through this, but a handful of us. So we're like, how do you deal with this? Like, it's tough. Looking forward to watching this back from. Oh, thank you. I ain't gonna lie, we overshare, but
So I'm gonna go now, and
Sophie.
hopefully we can talk again real soon. I love this.
um, if all goes well,
If
weekly.
all goes well.
If all goes well, it'll be weekly and sometimes bi-weekly to catch up. So we have a lot to, especially on Gadget. Trish, there's a lot I gotta catch up with. So, oh yeah, Gadget Trish, hi y'all, because I'm on 2 channels right now. But I could tell by the comments, a lot of y'all from I Love the Jackson channel. But thank you guys for doing this with me and let me just be honest and transparent. I promise I will be a little bit better, but I just didn't want to be fake and hailing to my relative who's in the hospital right now. I love you. I'm praying for you. And thank you for
Prayers
watching,
up.
and we will definitely for Toya's tribute, we will be open mic again. So for y'all who want to share your stories about Toya and your experience with her online or in person, like that's coming up for our next live for sure. Because she deserves to be recognized for what she's done for the
Yeah.
Jackson family community. She's amazing. Not
Rest in
was
peace, Toya.
she's still amazing. So, Siggy, we love you. The Jacksons, we're sorry you had another big loss, especially after losing Tito so recently. It's a lot. It's a
It's
lot.
horrible.
But we will see you guys.
Condolences to the family.
Right? Like that is no. I was like, dang, another big person died in the family. That's crazy.
Much.
But we will be back, and yeah. See you guys soon, and good
Yes.
night.
Have
Take
a
care.
have a have a good sleep, Trish, and to you as well.
You.
You
Good
too.
luck with jury duty, Carol, and get some sleep too, JJ.
Okay.
All right now.
Bye
Care.
bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
Love ya.